And yes, indeed, we have all experienced the bitterness of failure at some point in life. It can feel like a small setback at times. Other times, it can be crushing and demotivating. Regardless of its magnitude, it is an opportunity to learn, evolve, and rise stronger. As a human, it is natural to feel down at times and question our abilities. But instead of beating ourselves up, we should embrace these failures and learn from them. Good evening, Liberia. Good evening, Liberians. Welcome to the program Issues of Today, here on Voice of Liberia. 104.1 coming to you from Capital Bypass in Monrovia. And it feels good to be back here on the Monday evening in the nation's capital, Monrovia. I want to say welcome to the show. Those of you just joining us today, I want to say welcome to today's edition of the program, Issues of Today, right here on Voice of Liberia. Too many things to talk about on the Monday evening, running straight up to 9 o'clock. Inshallah, with the blessing of my parents, I'm going to be taking you up to 9 o'clock tonight on the show with too many things to talk about. And coming up shortly, we go to the international desk to talk to our international correspondents to know what's happening around the world through the means of our international correspondents. We will be making a stop in Cameroon today to talk to the man Alfonso Tibek. Alfonso Tibek is boss of Liberia, Cameroonian correspondent. We'll also make a stop there in Sierra Leone to talk to the man John Whitfield. John Whitfield is boss of Liberia, correspondent in Sierra Leone. We'll make a tour there in Ghana. Talk to the man Jonas Biarubi. And also moving to Nigeria, we'll talk to Naomi Kumbenda. She's boss of Liberia, correspondent in Nigeria. Following that issue with our international correspondent, we'll come back to Liberia, look at some of the issues making news in Liberia. Of recent, you've seen on social media and lots of the local dailies today, they reported about the apology coming from Alex Williams to the mayor of the city of Monrovia, Jefferson Koji. We'll make efforts to talk to Alex Williams on the line today. He's in the United States, I'm told. We're going to have a little chit chat with him. And following that issue, we move on to something different. There's this issue that happened over the weekend involving Representative Yeke Kolubar. You saw on social media, they had a media engagement where Honorable Kolubar said an underage girl went at his house. She wanted to assassinate him. But on that issue, we will weigh in on that issue this evening here. We'll provide our thoughts. Is it truth? Is it a real story? What is it that Honorable Yeke Kolubar has turned into in terms of gaining either the favor or because he wants to buy sympathy as we move towards elections? Is it what he's doing, all these kinds of things in the district, making it to look that people is after him? Is it true that people are against or after Honorable Yeke Kolubar in his district, where they will go and send an underage child to go and assassinate him? Does that make sense? We will look deep into that issue here today. His Excellency President George Weah has arrived in Israel, and so we'll read you the release from the executive mansion about the president arrival in Jerusalem, Israel. Too many things today. Who did have a birthday over the weekend? The photocopy, someone said, rescue, should I say, it is the photocopy because the original rescue mother we know in Liberia is Fina Nora Bondo. Someone that has been doing this thing over and again years. On today, the former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Minister Nathaniel Falomagil, now a private citizen, registered. He presented his documentation to the National Elections Commission and it has been accepted. Now he's going to be contesting on the CDC ticket in Mangibi County. We'll talk about that a bit. And I want to say congratulations to Honorable Nathaniel Falomagil, and I wish you all the best. All the best. Wish you success. All of that will take us up to roughly 7 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock today, we're going to do something very important. As we move towards the October elections, all of the representatives will be going for re-elections. And so starting on today's edition of the show, we're going to talk to a few of the lawmakers, maybe 5 of them today. Because of time, we're going to talk to 5 of the lawmakers today via the telephone. We want to know what are some of the things they did at the House of Representatives and what they anticipate as they move towards the October elections. Are they optimistic of coming back? They're going to be making the promise to Liberians. If they are not going to come back, we're going to have these kinds of interactions, and we'll ask them all the necessary questions. And that discussion will take us up to 8 o'clock today on the show. At 8 o'clock, we'll take a break. When we return, we'll continue our advocacy about something happening to Liberians. And yesterday, the people in authority, particularly at the Ministry of Labor, involving Assistant Minister Ruth Bayoga and the likes of other people, they are against the rights of Liberians, seeking the interest of our company over the rights of Liberians, even though they know that what Dacona MDR is doing is against the rights of Liberians. Yesterday, they have nothing to do with it. They are whining and dining, and it says to me they received something. That's the reason why they're behaving the way they're behaving. And so today we'll read you some of the exchange of email in our possession, and then we'll tell you about some of the humiliation, some of the things the guys have continued to do. On the good note, today we were able to send an email to 2 of the board members of Diakona there in Norway. We're waiting their responses. So you don't want to miss today's edition of the show. We're taking this break to be right back. We're running into the issues here. My name is Sekou. I'm Sekou Sharif. Inshallah, with the blessing of my parents, I'm going to be up to 9 o'clock. Okay, welcome back to the show. Welcome. If you're just joining us, I want to say good evening and thank you for joining us. This is the program Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia. This is where we usually converse to talk about the issues that matter and also giving you Liberians the opportunity so that your voices can be heard on critical national issues. This evening on a wet Monday, here we are again, and we're going to be rumbling into lots of issues of importance here tonight on the show. So we're going to go to our international desk now to talk to our international correspondents to see as well we can join our international correspondents to bring you what's happening around the world on the show. Following the international updates, then we'll move on to something different on the show tonight. We're gonna make our very first stop somewhere in Sierra Leone, where we're gonna talk to the man John Whitfield, who is a Voice of Liberia correspondent there in Sierra Leone. We're getting a very troubling report from Sierra Leone on the program this evening, so we try to see how sort of we can establish a contact with our Sierra Leonean correspondent John Whitfield, who's going to fill us in with this development that has to do with 11.8% of people living with HIV in Sierra Leone are among key population such as teenagers, gays, lesbians, and drugs users in the country. On the line is Voice of Liberia Sierra Leonean correspondent John. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on the show.
Thank you so much for having me in the program, Sekou.
John, the status of HIV in your country does not look good. Tell us why is it the way it is?
Well, the fight against HIV globally in terms of
Give us a breakdown of the transmission among these key populations.
So as we speak, when it comes to men having sex with men, now they account for 4% of the prevalence in Sierra. When it comes to people in close groups, it accounts for 3.7%. People as drug users, those who injectable, 4.2%. Also, we have the gender, those who believe that their sexual orientation is determined by them, 5.2%. And yesterday, among the female sex workers as well, we have about 11.8% of that. So this figure in itself is very worrisome.
Are they the only set of people with the virus in Sierra Leone?
So those are just key populations who are at the risk of transmitting the virus. But we have a little over 81,000 people who have HIV and those who have tested. But again, the worrying fact is that we have a little over 21,000 people who are tested. We don't even know their status because they have not tested for the virus, they have not gone to the hospital, and they do not even know whether they are carriers of the virus or not.
This figure, John, is higher than the national prevalence rate, which is 1.7%. Is the government worried about this? If yes, what have they done?
Yes, the government is worried because we have what we call the National AIDS Secretariat. When they commemorated World AIDS Day in December 1st of last year, they did mention that they set up certain structures. For instance, we have the legal structure, which is the judiciary, for people who illegally transmit the virus. Also, we have the 2011 HIV Act. Well, apart from that, there is also the health aspect. They introduced what we call self-testing. But even with this self-testing, people don't go to the hospital. So now we're encouraging people to go to the hospitals to take their medication, but also the issue of denial and the issue of provocation is high. They are also educating people to make the environment eco-friendly for them and so that they could not be discriminated against.
Thank you very much, John Warfield. John is Voice of Liberia correspondent in Sierra Leone. They're giving us the update about the percentage of people living with HIV in Sierra Leone among those individuals, the population such as transgender, gays, lesbians, and drugs users are the ones and all of that. So let's go to Ghana now to talk to Jonas Biarudi, who's going to fill us in with this development where Ghana Parliament is expected to debate the bill on the promotion of proper sexual human rights and Ghanaian family value, also known as the anti-LGBT bill. This week on the line is Voice of Liberia Ghanaian correspondent Jonas. Good evening and thank you for joining us on the show tonight. Jonas, what has hold the anti-gay bill till now in the country?
Yes, so the anti-gay bill in Ghana has been suffering for a very long time now because of the mixed support given to it. While some people actually are pushing to have it passed to criminalize the activities in Ghana. Some people too who will not willingly and openly show their support for it and try in so many ways to actually remove the
What does the bill seek to achieve?
Yeah, so the bill, like I'm saying, when it finally goes through its parliament and pass into become a law,
Mm.
it means that people who are gay, I'm talking about those who, men who sleep with men, men who want to marry their fellow men, the lesbianism, women who want to have affair with their fellow women, and every activity related to lesbianism and gay would not be tolerated in the country. And so if you are found involved in any activity like that, the law will go against you. You will be convicted in the country, just like other people are allowed. The country is saying that on moral grounds and religious grounds as well, China cannot contain it. And so if the bill becomes a law, that means that anybody who, even if you go out there to kind of campaign for against or against the law, you say they are taking out all their rights against the law, and then you won't be convicted against the law.
Is there any hope that the bill will be passed considering the challenges?
Yes, there's hope, but the hope is a bit slow in the sense that, it's currently facing the challenges. It surely will come to pass because no matter what, Ghanaian people are aware of the bill. Most people have gotten to understand what the bill seeks to achieve and what it is about. Despite the fact that some aspects of the political based on their benefit they will get or they are getting and trying to frustrate it, it definitely will come true, but it will take a bit of time because I know when Parliament finally begin to debate it on the floor, definitely we are going to need some content ways, and that is always the point where they slow down the passage of the bill because people will always hide under the umbrella of trying to do things the right way and trying to frustrate the process. Sure, the bill will be passed, but it will take a lot of time. If in any case, even if it will not come down, going into next year, 2024, where elections will be conducted, definitely people would want to take the platforms and enlighten people and understand that this particular political party, those frustrating or trying to frustrate us in trying to criminalize gay activities. And I said Kenyans are completely and strongly against the gay activities in Ghana. And I'm sure no political party would want them to be painted black. Now, once you are tagged as one that is supporting it, nobody will want to vote for you. And so it definitely will come true, even though it's going very slowly.
Thank you very much, Jonas Biarubi. He's a Voice of Liberia correspondent in Ghana, who's been online telling us about what is it in terms of the parliament debate on the bill of LGBT in Ghana. Let's now go to Nigeria, where we will have a word with Naomi Kominda, who's our Nigerian correspondent, were standard bearers of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 election. Atiku Abubakar and his Labour Party counterpart Peter Obi. Let me join Naomi first of all. Naomi, good evening and thank you for joining us on the line tonight.
Good evening, Crystal. Thank you for having me.
Now, tell us about this entire thing involving standard bearers of the People's Democratic Party and that of the Labour Party counterpart that involved two of them that participated in the just ended election in the country. Why is it the Nigerian government rejecting the EU report?
So the presidency quickly in a statement this morning refuted claims by the EU that the election which produced President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a fraud. It described the report by the EU as poorly done or a desk job. Can you imagine that? So in the statement, it tried to reject the European Union conclusion on 2023 general elections. The president's special advisor on the special duty said that there's bias in
Why is the EU itself insisting the report is true in totality?
Of course, like I told you earlier, the Obama said that with the shortcomings in the law and the electoral administration, even the conduct of the well-run and inclusive election, damaging the trust in the Independent Electoral Commission. You know, Nigerians would no longer trust the INEC, that's the Independent National Electoral Commission. They said they committed fraud, and all Nigerians were fighting. This is not what we voted for. So this is a disgrace to the commission. And that's why the EU is saying that even you Nigerians are also accusing the INEC not to stop our reports, which we conducted with our observers on ground around the country.
What are the reactions mainly from Nigerians, those of the people that participated in the voting in Nigeria?
We know Nigerians have taken to their social media, of course, to ask questions. If you don't believe in the EU report, why were you so much in a hurry to collect over 17.94 billion, equivalent to about 39 million euros that the EU marked for elections in Nigeria to conduct a transparent, credible, and inclusive general election in Nigeria? Nigerians were in a hurry to collect that money and share it. But now the EU is bringing out its observation. The Nigerian people are saying no, this report is biased, it wants to please the of Nigeria and all that. So Nigerians say, why did you collect the money if you knew you didn't believe in the EU? So this controversy is just going back and forth. But let's say it's only their own reports to function and other stuff. But this is where we are basically.
Is it going to yield any results with the report coming from the EU? Is it going to have a change in anything in Nigeria?
You see, in Nigeria, you've never had an issue of an elected sworn in president ever being impeached by a court of law judgment. So it's not going to be now, but I don't know, anything could change. But obviously, for the report from the EU, the election that brought about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was flawed in a lot of malpractice and highly subdued corruption and impunity. So we don't know for sure, but maybe anything can happen. Who knows? But so far, it has never changed anything so far.
Okay. Thank you very much, Naomi Kombenda, for joining us on the show tonight. I want to say thank you very much. We're gonna go now to Cameroon to talk to our Cameroonian correspondent, Fanso Tibek, who's gonna fill us in with this development here from Cameroon, where Cameroon is cracking down on the smuggling of cocoa, cotton, and other cash crops to Nigeria by temporarily banning the legal trade in that part of the country. On the line is a Voice of Liberia, Cameroon, and correspondent Fanso Tibek. Good evening, and thank you for joining us, Fanso.
Good evening, Sherry. Good evening, Mr. Thanks for having me.
How is Bamenda tonight?
Well, Bamenda is relatively calm. It's a good town day. Remember that good town is a day that was imposed on the people of the minorities from the one especially state from the Republic of Cameroon said only people are forced to stay at home. Today is Monday, and so we've been home since morning. With the car, bikes are in circulation, and all economic activities are on a standstill.
Cameroon is currently cracking down on the smuggling of cocoa, cotton, and other cash crops to Nigeria by temporarily banning the legal trade. What has necessitated the imposition of this ban, by the way?
Well, because the Ministry of Trade in Cameroon says the ban was needed as it loses about $155 million each year from the smuggling of this cash crop to its northern border, which is about 50% of the total trade in Cameroon. And so the government ordered the hundreds of police to the border so that they could track down these
The farmer
What are
sa-
the challenges?
so the farmer says they face a number of challenges selling these crops in Cameroon. Could you tell us more about these challenges faced by the farmers?
Yes, the farmers actually say that, they face a number of challenges, especially with regards to the storage of these crops located in Cameroon. And they said that they don't have enough facilities to protect cocoa, wheat, corn, rice, and other farmers of fears. And the facilities crisis in the northwest of Cameroon has really affected these farmers because some of the farmers say that the facilities have actually been stopping them from selling the cash crops to different bigger towns and cities because enterprises in these bigger regions are no more functioning and buyers are very few. So the authorities have said that the military is protecting farmers from these facilities. So the military so that these things can actually resume. The farmers say that submitting to Nigeria will continue as long as the options are facing strategic violence and lower price at home until illegal exports across the border that's in Nigeria between Nigeria and Cameroon.
Thank you very much, Alfonso Tibek there from Cameroon on the show. Alfonso is voice of Liberia, Cameroonian correspondent. He's been on the line giving us that information from Cameroon as it relates to the crackdown currently in that part of the country as a result of allowing the people to sell their crops or their products in Cameroon, by the way. So, want to say thank you. That's all the time we've got to be on our international correspondence. We're going to move on to something different now. Tomorrow, our international correspondence segment return on the show. My name is Sekou Sharif. We try to see as well we can touch base on all we need to do on the show this evening here. Like we said, we are trying to see as well we can have we'll talk to Alex Williams. Alex Williams used to be religious, and for some of you that followed, he's been into lots of issues. And Alex Williams was heard on a tip, and yeah, he along with other people, they were saying lots of things and all of that. But of recent, Alex had a post on social media. Let me go to the post first of all. So for those of you just you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, let me go to this. So he's been posting some other things on his social media page, and so Alex will join us. And I don't think this is a secret though. It is something that he himself posted, and so Alex will join us on the phone to explain to us himself what led to him to do such a post. A very young and educated man, which let me read what he posted. That was on Saturday. He said, many folks have been calling me that recently I'm silent and that they are hearing I'm going back to the CDC to support the re-election of President Weir. They have also said to me that they are hearing I did apologize to Mayor Jefferson Koji. He said, now let me clarify these rumors. One, I will not support the re-election of President Weir because he has disappointed me and Liberians in general. The country has retrogressed in all areas of sectors. Two, I regret the conversation I had with Thomas Gao and forward regarding Jefferson Tamakoji because when I left Liberia, I promised Koji never to discuss him. Many asked me about Koji, but I said nothing until Gao. Whether he did me wrong or not, I don't want to forget the many good he did for me. Koji is one of the major reasons I'm who I am today. And so I want to again publicly use this medium to apologize to him. My father is dead, but I see Koji more like a father to me. You all may not understand, but I'm convinced that I should have never discussed anything about him, whether factual or not. Number three, I look forward to a better Liberia under a new regime. I'm saddened by what is happening in Liberia. The country is in its worst condition. So he did a post, and that was on Saturday. And yesterday was Sunday. He did another post again. Let me read you that other post. He said, it is currently Sunday, July 2, 2023 at 8:52 p.m. in Liberia. As you are now printing your newspapers under the instruction of Samuel D. Twain, Jr. with a fake narrative of me, let me inform you that you need to print more. My writings are clear that I regret having a conversation with Gao because of my promise to Jefferson Tamakoji, and as a sign of gratitude and peace. Never did I say or admitted to telling a lie as you are printing out for tomorrow's publication. Now, it was on Sunday, he was referring to today's publication. These are some of the evil and diabolical lies you always spread that makes the CDC and the government always look bad. The fact is, the world knows I have never said a lie and have no reason to tell a lie. However, I'm convinced that there are so many things that are never meant to be said in the public and should be kept and should be taken to the grave or kept off the media. Like the saying goes, man can talk all. It is in that context I wrote from a heart of peace, love, sincerity, gratitude, and letting the past be the past. He did that other post again. Then that was on, I don't know, you say on yesterday or today. Okay, so he did a post again and attached, the various newspapers on them. And I'm talking about Alex Williams. Alex is, he used to be with, he used to serve as one of the heads at Lages, and he started to blow whistle about some of the things he saw then. He felt they were not good, and he started to raise some of these things. But unfortunately for him, he got dismissed. And later on, there were this issue recording came out, and his voice was part of it, like he said in his own readout. And so we will try to see as well we can speak to him for a few minutes on the show. It's always good at times to listen to the horse's mouth themselves to say what they've said, or maybe what they wanted to say, so we will listen to that and then we'll move ahead, because there are lots of people, local dealers here, like the Front Page Africa did a story saying regretting the lies. That's what in Front Page Africa today. And the hard paper newspaper said, for lying on Mayor Jefferson Tamakoji, former alleges Deputy Director Williams apologizes. And then you have Women's Voices newspaper said, it said, my attacks on Mayor Koji's character were dishonest. Else Williams confessed and apologized, right? So 3 local dealers came up with that today. So we try to see as well now we can go and establish a contact with Alex Williams. Alex should be in the position now to talk to us. I want to be in the position now to go to Alex. Let me conclude with Alex. We have too many things to do, too many things. Too many things to do. Let me go to Alex and see as well we can have him on. Okay. Let me take Alex now, and then we conclude with Alex, and then we move on to some other issues on the line. Tonight on the show, issues of today on Voice of Liberia. Alex Williams is on the line. Alex, good evening and thank you for joining us.
Second, let me say good evening to you. Let me say good evening to my fellow brothers and sisters, mom and dad, in the 50th political subdivision of our beloved country. And I mean, prior to coming to your show today, I have received a lot of calls from people that, look, you don't want to go to Sekou show, Sekou is a pro regime supporter and this, that. And I said to them that, look, I've known Sekou over the years. Sekou is someone who I've had a great deal of respect for. As a matter of fact, Sekou has done his own individual investigation on the saga alleges. And Sekou is on record for exposing ills in society and corruption, including that alleges. And so I respect the brother. I hold in high esteem. We have had interactions in the past. And so I will appear on the show. And so I'm here today.
Alex, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. And you have thousands of people listening to you. People are following you on the radio and the television from all parts of the world. First of all, I want to know, is it a mistake your account was hacked, or did you do a post or recent regretting anything that you did concerning the mayor of the city of Monrovia and the Secretary General of CDC, Jefferson Koji?
Okay, so what I will begin with is that when you make a commitment and you don't live up to that commitment, it is honorable, it is decent, it's honest to say that I'm sorry. I don't see saying that you are sorry as weakness. I see it as being honest. I see it as a position of strength. And so, Sekou, you follow all that happened at Legis.
Mm.
And when I left the country, fleeing for my life, under the protection of the United Nations and many other people who aided in the process, who investigated what happened to me prior and after my departure, I spoke to Mr. Koji through text, making few commitments to him, one of which was that I would never discuss anything regarding him, whether it was wrong or whether it was right, whether what he did was factual or it wasn't factual. And this was on the basis of the level of time and respect and interaction we had together as brothers, as I will always put it, father and son, baby. Because of what we did and because of what he did for me. You know, Sekou, at times when people offend you, sometimes you ignore the offense and you look back to the good old days. And you look back to the many times that person stood up for you and you say, let it be. And so I left and came to the US. Many don't even know how I came to the US. I hear a lot of time people saying all kinds of stuff.
Alex, before you go ahead, for the sake of the public, those of the people listening to you tonight, you want to give us a understanding about the relationship you've had with the mayor of the city of Monrovia, Jefferson Koji, before coming to your departure from Liberia, how you made a promise and all of that. Were you people friends? What did you people do in common? Not maybe everything, but the ones I think are worth airing.
Okay, so I know Cody from my childhood days. He and my older sister was in the same class on 12th Street, a school called, at the time, St. Jude Elementary School. Now it is called William Macy June. It is adjacent to the Monrovia Consolidated School System head office on 12th Street. And fast forward, I was in high school. I worked with him, the National High School Student Union, and many other activities we engaged. And moving forward to the CDC, when I was supporting Councillor Winston Tottenham, then Minister Nathaniel Mangi, the former, was the chairman of Lake Wind Library for Winston Tottenham. And so in 2011, when Councillor Tottenham went to the CDC, we all followed him along with many other people, including Minister Nathaniel Mangi. And we continued our relationship from there. I met Koji. I did a lot of work in the party in terms of data related, ensuring that the polls were secure in the 2017 runoff, handling the war room, in summary. And fast forward, he was very influential in my appointment to the level of leaders. He reposed his trust and confidence in me and supported me to get that post. And I mean, many other personal life activities we share commonality. So this is just a synopsis or summary of who Koji and I have been over the years.
During your interaction, your relationship before coming to government, reaching to where you are, who did you know Koji to be?
I mean, Koji and I were always interacting whenever we had something related to politics to do or something related to advocacy. I was not into his personal life, but I didn't know Mayor Koji to be any criminal. At the time, I had no understanding, no idea that he was an evil person. He had never presented himself to me as an evil person. He has never presented himself to me as a criminal. And like I said, we only interacted when we had to do something related to politics and something related to advocacy.
Go ahead. So let's move on now. Because the reason why I'm asking you some of these questions, because very good. So I knew of this entire thing, and I was the very first journalist to have discussed the issue about leges on the radio when even I went to leges office when they were offered to me and I rejected them. When you started to bring out these kinds of things at leges, what were some of the things or interaction or some of the things being said to you by Mayor Koji, if he said anything about some of the things you felt that were not happening good there? Like on many occasions you said you reached out to the Minister of Finance, he did not do anything. Did you reach out to your friend, like you said he's your friend at the time?
Okay, so I love to be honest in any conversation, because when you're honest and when you say the truth, you don't have to think about what you say. And so when all of this started to happen, even at the beginning of me entering into leges, there were a lot of other issues. And I would go to Mayor Koji and I would say X, Y, and Z, and I would present the facts to him. At the beginning stage, Mayor Koji did listen to me. At certain stage, when it got to do with the involvement of Minister Twere and Wilmer Smith, I kind of saw a change in his behavior. I kind of saw a change in his character and I can also understand, because I know the relationship Mayor Koji had with Samuel Twere dating back way to his childhood day as well. So I could kind of understand. But equally so, I did not expect my friend, I did not expect my brother to have behaved the way he behaved to me in certain form and manner, ignoring the truth. At certain point in time, supporting what was wrong. That was not what I expected of him. There were many things that he did to me personally. There were many things that he also discussed about me to other people. People recorded him, people said these things to me. But like I said, I've always wanted to be a guy who will look on the good side and don't want to ruin relationships with that. So I ignore these things. In fact, even when I left Liberia, Mayor Koji instructed the citizen COP to say all kinds of things about me. And I sent him a text, because since I left from Liberia, I've never placed a telephone call to Koji or to anyone in government. those things. And I came to America. The very first thing when I arrived in the United States of America, I spent more than a week before announcing that I was in the U.S. Stanton Witherspoon, they didn't know that I was in the U.S. Minister Eugene Falcon, they didn't know I was in the U.S. And whoever you can think about had no iota of how I came to your understanding. And at a later date, my visa will speak to how I came to the U.S. I did not come as an asylum. I did not come to the U.S. as a witness, as I'm being insinuated in some of the media stuff that I've seen today. No way. Not at all. I'm here on a 2 years visa, and after that time, if I so desire to change my status in conformity with the law, I will do so. But if I also desire to move to another location, which is the most appropriate option because of the basis on which I came here, I will do so.
Okay, so let's leave that because of time. Now,
let me go to the issues.
so like I asked you before, were your account hike or you did it by yourself? I saw something on your page where you regretted some other things that you said about the city mayor Jefferson Koji. First of all, did you do it by yourself or how did it go on your page?
Okay, so let me respond to that, and that's the crux of the matter. So, since the conversation or interaction I had, there has been a lot of calls from friends who know I am coaching that look, we heard you had a recording with Thomas Cowell and S. Wallency, and we think no matter what it is, it was necessary to do so. You have a long history and relationship, and we think these things need to be solved. I mean, that has been for long. And I would be like, no, it's not necessary. I've said what I've said because they were true. What I said, and Koji knows that's a fight. And I'm not going to apologize to him. You know, but then you are a human being. And like I said from the beginning of this, that I made a commitment to Koji. Now, look, I'm not going to discuss you. And so, last week, I got a call from a very close friend of both of us. That my man, the man is X, Y, and Z, disappointed in you. You did this, you did that, and we are all brothers, and I think you need to apologize. Whether you were right, whether you were wrong, it's your big brother, he has been there for you, and I think you need to apologize. And so that was on the phone. And so I said, if that's the case, then I'm sorry, because I don't want to hold anything in my heart forever. Those who know me, they will know me as somebody who, when I'm angry or when I say what I'm going to say, I let it go. And so if that's how he felt, I'm sorry about that. But he wronged me. He should not have done so. The next few hours, I started to receive multiple calls with people telling me that, oh, they have heard that I'm going back to the CDC, apologize to Koji and things like that. It was on that basis that I made that first post on Saturday that you saw. Trying to be more of labor, more soft in my tone, because I know obviously our people in the CDC, I know how they will behave with these kinds of things. So I wanted to make first a very clarity that look, yes, I spoke with this friend, and in some reform, these are the two issues. One, I'm not going back to the CDC. I'm not going to support President Weah because the evidence are just glaring as to why President Weah should not be re-elected. I can give you more than a million, but we don't have time for that right now. But I can never support him to be re-elected. Two.
No, when you say you can never, hello. When you say you can never, I think it's not that appropriate in the context of with you because you've supported him before.
I spoke English simple. I said I can never support the re-election of President Weah.
Okay.
And I'm clear about that.
Hmm.
Simple. Even you, if you people listen to your show and listen to the facts that you dig out of the government, it's sufficient reason why nobody should support or imagine President Weah being re-elected.
So you like you said.
However, I read that post, and you read that post, good enough that you read that post. There's absolutely nothing in that post that says that I lie on Mayor Koji. Now, how can I lie on Mayor Koji, or how can I tell a lie when international investigators as well as local investigators have investigated these things regarding my situation, and there are documents, reports that are being presented. Look, let me tell you, some of these things we don't say, but I left Liberia with an immigration stamp in my passport.
Are you saying that you were being accompanied by officials of the immigration and other security officials from Liberia to the...
What I will say to you is that I left from Liberia as a result of a detailed investigation that was conducted. Look, there was even a day alleges that I had to be escorted by an EPS, high-profile EPS official and another colleague who graduated, an EPS officer who graduated from a school on Johnson Road. These were government people who had to rescue me because of an instruction and because of the fact that folks in the international circle themselves investigated and found out.
So Alex,
These people did factual things that nobody needs to create story or say you lie. No.
Alex, let's look at Alex, let's look at the main thing here. We should not slip it off and then get something different into it. So now you've
Based on that call that I received from a colleague that I said, and when I saw people were trying to misinterpret it, I said I will go and provide this clarity.
Okay, so Alex,
And you read that.
I read. Alex, let me ask you this question. Now you've come out. Alex, you need to give me some time, though. You need to give me some time. Let me ask you, please. You've come out to say, okay, whatsoever you've done to the mayor, Jefferson Koji, it is something that you regret because you've come a long way with him. In one of your posts, you said, even though your father is dead, but you see Mayor Koji as a father, it means that you've regretted whatsoever you said to him. Have you reached out to him via the phone to tell him, Mayor Koji, all of what that transpired, where you heard my voice on a recording and all of that? I want us to let these things go and let's move, like the way we used to be. Have you done such?
Now, after I spoke with the guy, with our colleague who I told you did call me and said, oh, you have to apologize, whether the man wrong here or not, you have to look at X, Y, Z. I sent a WhatsApp text message to Coach. You understand? In one sentence, message to Coach, basically saying, I put everything behind me, and I apologize. I still see you as a big brother. Basically, that's what I said. And he responded to me.
And what did he say?
You understand? He responded to me, that he has put his behind him and X, Y, Z as well. That was it. You understand? That was the only time in my entire life since I left Liberia that I have sent a message.
When was that? When was that? The exchange of messages, was it last week?
Yeah, sure. It was last week.
You
All of this happened just last week. And so after that situation, then I started to get call the very same Saturday night that Koji, Minister Tue, and the rest of other people have gone to the various media outlet, newspaper, to prepare a story that I have said that I lied on Koji. And like I said, you are a very respected and well-educated person. You read that post that I made. There's absolutely nothing there that says I lied or I told a lie.
the only thing in the post is you regretted and apologized for what happened, but there's nothing there to say, oh, what you say you lie. In the post you did, I did not see, but then what I saw in it was an apology.
And even in that post, I told you the basis for which that apology was made. But let me say this. So, when I started to receive this call, not only that I received call, but I saw the exact content of what was being written to be placed in the media. Now, I had an option on Saturday to go ahead and start posting and say this is what is happening. But then I opted that I will not do so, because doing so will give them ample time to either change the narrative or change the story. Because I wanted to present to them what happened. Not only that, I contacted international investigators and other people locally who verified the situation and who followed it up. And I got instruction on Sunday, based on all of our interaction, that it is now time to let this out before it comes to the public, so that people knows exactly what has happened. That was why you saw I made that second post, giving the date and time it was in Liberia. And if you check my Facebook page, post in Liberia, you'll see that time that I posted was the exact time. And second, so true after 4 hours, because they could not change it anymore, because they are already printed sufficient papers. It started to come out.
Alex, do you want to Alex, are you doing this with a very honest, way in where you want to have this, someone will say bad blood between you and Mayor Koji be settled, or you still want to have this rolling to a point where you want to justify something?
So the very first thing is, I feel very disappointed in Koji that people will reach out to me, our friends will reach out to me.
So you want to retract your apology?
Listen to me. I feel very disappointed in Koji that friends will reach out to me who for many, many months and weeks have been calling me, Alex, you have to let this be. You have to let this be. And will reach out to me, and out of a sincere heart, I will say, let's forget the past. Let's bury the past. And my apology. And you will now want to use it and politicize it and misinterpret. And like you said, when you read it, there's nothing that says I say Allah.
No, the thing here is Alex. Let me say this, Alex. The thing here is this is the news. For example, we the journalists, Alex Williams, that said almost all the worst things about Mayor Jefferson Koji, is now coming to apologize. It depends on how the people, because journalists know how to use words to get their newspapers out.
No, simple. I'm telling you that this is a copy and paste story.
Do you have facts towards that to say, okay, this is something that was written? You want to share with me?
From the PDC chat room, I have the approval of Minister 12 of the story. You know, when the stories are done, Minister Toy approved, Minister Toy is the one who pays for these things. I have evidence. Not only me, but international investigators have evidence.
No, listen, Alex, this is bringing us back to the same Alex when you were lambasting your good friend, like you said. Uh, your evidence, what it suggests.
Simple.
Mm.
You know the interaction you and I have had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say anything. I don't say anything without evidence. I am telling you today that that story was first placed in the CDC chat room.
And I'm saying to you, can you share with me, because this is about the show. So if you can do that, then I will say, okay, Alex shared with me whatsoever, and he claimed that this is what had happened before it got published.
Second, you know what I will say to you with regards to that?
You want to share with me now?
No, listen, let me say this to you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that particular recording that was released by Garo, you know I have
No, I don't want us to go. No, I don't want us to go to recordings. What I'm saying here is,
you know why I'm bringing that? So let me give you a reason why I'm bringing that. Do you know why I'm bringing that?
I don't want us to get this interview.
You need to understand context. Sekou. You need to understand context. And like I said, you know me. We have had interaction.
Sure, that I know of. But for this issue,
Listen. The reason why you have not heard certain recordings from Gao and myself interactions is because if it's left with me, I will put it on long ago. But at certain point, a certain information will be released at certain time.
So are you still saying that you're going to release information about your friend Jefferson Koji?
No, listen. And the way things have turned out, where an honest young man who, after many interactions from many friends and colleagues, listen to them and say, yes, let this be the path. And Koji will now want to use it as a political stunt. They will now want to create a false narrative for me.
So Alex, is it that this has it means what?
It means Koji is not sincere in wanting peace. It means Koji.
But how can you say it is? You said you talked to him. He said he has led this and everything. How do you come back and say he's the one behind it? I've heard you talk about two persons though. You talk about the minister. You talk about the mayor. Who's behind this thing, and why you think people will be behind it just to have something to do?
Look, let me tell you this. When I wrote on Facebook that these things were being printed before it came out, how do you think I got to know?
No, I want us to look at it from a point where, like I asked you, Alex, were you coerced or your account was being hacked or whatsoever?
I'm saying when I wrote Sunday and said papers were being printed out for publication tomorrow that were bringing out stories regarding the SYC. Am I in Liberia to know that?
No, but you know that you did a post of such. You know you did a post of such issue. You have people to go because you've been or filed brand in that issue. You've been saying lots of things about the person.
Listen, I posted on Facebook before these people came out and said one key word that was coming on in the post or in this publication was the issue that I said a lot. Didn't you see it in the paper? Was I in Liberia to know that these things were coming on Monday? Okay, I made a post. Why didn't it come on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday? Why on Monday? Okay, I made a post. Why the exact word that I used in my Sunday post saying exactly what would have come out was exactly why it came up. I'm not a magician. I'm not omnipresent.
So Alex, Alex, because of time, what's the way forward? Are you still standing by your apology, or you've changed?
What I would say to you is that Koji has again proven to be a very insincere man who I wasted my time and energy thinking that I needed to let the past be the past. And I can assure you, going forward, I'm not going to be in the media as always or as usual or as previously done. No. Because I have a lot of tasks to do right now. I have a lot of things to do. I have a whole life.
So you retract your apology to me, Koji, or a stance?
Oh, wasting my time
Alex,
on this. No.
Alex,
I'm going to take the appropriate, necessary steps that are required of an educated, sound, and intelligent young man. That's what I'm going to do.
Alex, do you before we let you go, please, do you stand by your apology, or you think that you
Well,
you?
no, but if people are dishonest in me, they don't deserve your apology.
So what do you
It's
mean?
clear.
You retract your apology?
But that's what I'm saying in some ways.
So it means, in short, the battle line has opened.
And the thing that I call it fair.
It means, in short, the battle line has opened.
Look, I don't want to call it a battle line. What I want to say to you is that Koji continued to be dishonest. It's not sincere. And if a man is dishonest and not sincere, you don't waste your time behind him.
Alex, Alex, let me say thank you very much. But I'm a little bit confused in the middle here, because when we started the interview, the very first thing I heard of you was apology, but I don't know how did it come about again. You've somehow started to say this, but I wish you all the best, Alex, and we good friends, and we hope. Mm-hmm.
I acknowledge what happened.
Okay.
And I'm saying to you, I'm your friend.
Sure.
If I offended you, right? For example, I always say there are many things, that you could, say against me or X, Y, Z. But if I offended you or you offend me, if that's part you offended me or I offended you, and you come back and say, because of this one good you did for me, or this 10 good you did for me, Alex, there's one wrong or there's two wrong you did to me, I don't think it's sufficient enough, or I don't think it's something that I should go forever. And so, let's back on. And you now take it and say you will use it for political storm. And you will not tell people, because I'm saying to you that this is not the writing of the journalist. This is a writing that was sent to them.
Okay, Alice.
And I have evidence to prove that, and international investigators and local people have evidence to prove that.
Okay, Alice. Thank you, Alex. Let me say thank you. We have some time. We need to have more conversation, and then we arrange that. Because of time, we have too many things on our plate. Thank you very much.
I'm always available whenever I can to avail myself. That's why I've never refused to go on any platform.
Sure, thank you.
I told people, if Freedom FM invites me, I'm going to that platform. If whatever station you talk about, including the last time I even tried to appear on GD High Talk and other places, I'm always available. And the reason is simple. Because I don't have to think about what I said yesterday or 2 days ago, because they are all true.
Okay.
And when you say the truth, you don't have to think about
Okay, Alex. Thank you very much. No time. Thank you, Alex. Alex Williams. You were listening to him there. He earlier on a Facebook page, he apologized to the mayor of the city of Monrovia, Jefferson Tamakoji, and then you heard what he said exactly on the interview. Let's now go. Too many things to do here tonight. I'm running. Where should I go? Okay, no time to waste. Now we're going to go to our lawmakers now to talk to them to see as well we can speak to them on, like I said to you, at about this time, we'll reach out to a few lawmakers to talk to them tonight on the show. Mind you, most of the representatives will be going for re-elections. Yeah, it can be sorry for. Okay, so we'll try to talk to a few of them. We'll talk to some of them from Montserrat County, someone from Bon. Okay, now we have one of the lawmakers from Bon County on the line is Honorable Maverick Ko. He joins us now to tell us some other issues from his district, his county, and some other issues on the radio. Honorable Ko, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, Sekou, this is a splendid opportunity. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to get in the radio, and I want to say a very good evening to you this evening and all of the listening audience.
I know where you are now. You are one of the happiest persons knowing that your friend, as someone that has turned to be a brother to you, the former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, has been, clear of the whole way he has registered with the National Elections Commission today.
Well, that is a welcome news. I am very grateful to the Almighty God because every human being was created by the Almighty God should be given the right to be heard. And then I think the former Minister of State is a gentleman who has impacted the lives of thousands of Liberians. And God will continue to fight for him because whenever you lay your life down for humanity, and I know that God only comes in a defense. So those individuals who thought that he was never going to get registered or to participate in these elections, I know that they are disappointed because it's just a matter of time McGill is going to be elected as Senator of Mikey County because of the people of Mikey truly believe in him.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go through your district. How is your district in Bon County?
Well, as now, I can safely say to you my district is cool and everything there is kind and that we are engaged with our people. As a matter of fact, I returned from the district this afternoon so that I can participate in the leadership meeting today in a special session. And I will be going back on Wednesday. We are still engaged with our people, our exams is scheduled for October 10th. Whether you're going to be one of those individuals that will pass. But when you have studied and you read your notes properly, and then you can be confident to challenge the teachers who are elected to say I'm going to pass and I'm going to pass. So I'm looking to party.
What have you done at the House of Representatives since you got elected by the people of one of the districts in Bon County that you think will make you to go to the re-elections and become successful?
But Sekou, I think to all of the listening audience, more especially my constituents, there's one of my cabinet responsibilities. I think I can safely say to myself, I perform and my grade point should be 100% because that is the areas of representation.
Self-grading.
Yes.
You are self-grading yourself. This could not be the grade from your opponent.
No, but let me say this to you, Sekou. I know that you went through high school, elementary, and then you can tell the teacher before even the exam that tomorrow the math I will make 100. It is the confidence with what you have done and what you can base on to say I will do this. So representation properly represented the people of district number 3. District number 3 has not been underrepresented. They have been heard, and dividends have come to them in thousands and millions in different opportunities, jobs opportunities, international travels, medical facilities being erected, and we've given people opportunity to fly out of the country to have access to their full health. I mean, so many of those things that have the oversight responsibility we have indeed performed. Now, when it comes to lawmaking, we propose bills and we co-sponsor a lot of bills and some of those bills pass. The drugs law, I'm one of the major advocates. And I believe that penalty measure should be leveled against individuals who are the one who bring in the drugs, the traffickers, and all the kind of thing, and the victims. So, I mean, some of that, the doctor said one educational original idea of 2017, which I thought was that no child should be put out of school on the basis of tuition. There should be other means that we can all have to ensure that children that wanted to go to school must be kept in school. And if you are taken to the hospital, the emergency help act that are also sponsored. If you are taken to hospital on the basis of emergency, you should be treated in the absence of money. Because the primary reason for the establishment of a hospital is to protect and to save lives. I think those are some of the things that I've done.
Honorable Cole, you've been challenged in your district in Bon County. When you listen to people, they will say that you've not done much. Have you been able to convince the people about what you've explained so that they can understand these are some of the things you've done?
I think I will be giving an official invite on next Saturday, that's the 15th. And I can tell you, Banga, you will see not less than 20,000 women turning up to give me the affirmation to my second term bid. And thousands of young people will also be part of that. More than 30,000, that is my expectation. More than 25 to 30,000 human beings will be turning out to tell me, please, we want you to contest in these elections. And as a matter of fact, district number 3 has the highest registrants in these registrations that there's in one county. So it tells you what I have done and the kind of capacity that we brought to the table. Our people are convinced. Even though in every competition there will be people who are oppositions, and oppositions will always make those opposing statements. But we don't mind them. We are not deterred by them. We are focused and we are determined, and we know we'll win these elections.
Honorable Cole, what is it that you do within the House of Representatives when you think about you really enjoy doing the session or doing some other things? What did you really do that you really admire yourself doing?
I think what I really, really admire is like I've kept my head high. None of my colleagues can take advantage of my voice. When I start anything I start in the legislature, it certainly becomes a very, very powerful tool. So I'm one of those voices in the legislature. When I speak, my colleagues have a lot of respect for me because, I mean, we've learned, and we come from a background that we have been very forceful. And the legislature, the House of Representatives is a place of forceful men. I think that's what I admire most about myself. So, I mean, nobody takes me for a ride.
To have a re-election of a sitting representative is possible but difficult in Liberia.
Well, it is difficult. If you come to the cabinet and the dividends you receive there and you tend to forget the people. Now your re-elections become very difficult. Those individuals who are forgotten over the past 5 years, right now they are worried. And individuals who are kept in touch and engaged with their constituents, I think it's very easy. They're just praying that tomorrow, the student study his or her lesson wants the exam to start tomorrow as early as they can because he or she knows that's going to pass. But if you are worried, you're looking for some kind of confusion to spark up on campus, demonstrations so the test could be postponed. I mean, those are some of the things that, for me, if you are engaged with your people, it is easier for you to be re-elected. If you are disengaged, it is going to be difficult for you to be re-elected.
Honorable Cole, before we let you go, some of the legislations you say you proffered at the House of Representatives, were they jointly being suggested by your people in a district where you have a town hall meeting and take some of these things to them and say, this is what I want to do and I'll need your support? Did you do some of these things, or they were all done on a basis of I'm the lawmaker and I'm going to make the law for the people?
No, some of the bills are like the 2017 emergency medical act that I proffer. And hospitals administrators, some of them who found themselves and were in the legislature at the time decided to fight the bill. And I'm still hoping that before we close our return in 2024, there's going to be one of the major bills that will be scheduled for that, the passage of that bill. Let me say this to you. It's important to know what you want to do. When I listen to our constituents, when I move across the district, and I see, and I listen to our people, when you see child in a hospital, the parents don't have the money, and the hospital is demanding, if we don't have the money, we're not going to admit your child. And those children, some of them die at the doorsteps of the hospital. They don't have to come education in the world. Go to the great United States, I'll try to emanate an example. Simple, if you are driving in America, then you fell off on the steering, you are taken to the hospital is not going to be asking for insurance, they're not going to be asking for anything. The first thing, your life must be protected. And that is just what I try to do. And some of them are the educational bill. I listen to the constituents. I talk with them and I start their opinion and told me that's a very good law which I hope that schools administrators will not fight you, and some lawmakers, some individuals who got hosted or schools will not fight this bill because the bill is very important. Because the Constitution is saying you as a government have a responsibility to educate the citizen, and now we are talking about the free and compulsory primary school education. We cannot be undermined by putting children out on the basis of tuition when the government has not paid the parents on time and you put them out of classes because their tuitions have not been paid. I think it was a process to undermine them.
Honorable Cole, let me say thank you very much. And I hope after the October 10 elections, I will still call you Honorable Cole, not former representative of Bone County District 3.
Before I take leave of you, there is one thing that I've always held on to since I hit the ground of the earth as a young person, and today I can safely tell you that the Bible is clear, and I'm a Christian, that the Bible says if you have faith, nothing is impossible. I am sure of the work that I've done. I am sure of the relationship I have with my people. I can tell you, maybe you may not just call me honorable, you might call me the Deputy Speaker of the Republic of Liberia in 2024.
This is a breaking news.
No, precisely. Once I return, I'm going to be one of the major actors in the national government.
And you want to be Deputy Speaker in 2024?
Of course, I'm going to be aspiring for that position, like Mr. Sekou. So you're not just calling Honorable Marvin Cole, you're going to call me Honorable Deputy Speaker of the Republic.
Hey, they're my friend. Thank you very much, Honorable Cole.
One time, one of our leaders in this country said,
Yeah.
you have to take big, my brother. Thank you, and I can say thank you for affording this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Cole. Yeah. Okay, that is it. We're moving on. We go to the next lawmaker. Let me go to Honorable Young. Yes, I will leave my Montserrat lawmakers and small. Let me go to the county's lawmakers. Then I will come back to Monrovia and I will talk to Honorable Francis Afoko, talk to Honorable Solomon George. But let me go to River G now and talk to one of the lawmakers from there, Honorable Francis Young, who's going to join me on. I'm going to talk to lawmakers. Like I said, I will talk to social representatives tonight. Honorable Young, good evening, and thank you for joining us on the show tonight.
Yeah, good evening.
How you faring? How you doing? Hope you good.
Well, I'm not too fine, but I'm grateful to God to be on my feet.
Why say you are not fine and you moving towards October, the elections? What's happening?
Election will come and go.
Mm-hmm.
So, election is not the world war.
Why are you not worried?
Because I work.
Okay.
I work beyond expectation in the county. And so the citizen will do their judgment.
Honorable, there's this confusing thing coming from River G. Some people are saying you are going to contest as senator, while others are saying you're going to remain and contest as representative for said position. Where do you go?
Who is saying that?
Political pundits.
Anyone who are saying that, they are less busy. And because nobody will determine where I go.
Mm-hmm.
My family and myself will support us have that determination.
So,
But somebody sitting on Lagos and directing my movement.
so where do you go? Are you going to be contesting as a senator or as the incumbent representative?
I'm already registered with National Election Commission.
As what?
And declaring there, you see only for the Senate.
Ha! So you see, they think the people said at you. So why you let? Mm-hmm.
Those that are truthful, that those who have heard from me that I have done registration conversation with Ned. From when we are going to Senegal, for those who say that when we are going for re-election, they are the people who are getting.
Honorable Yon, let me ask you this question. The thing about re-election for you, a Cuban in Liberia, is something very, very difficult. It is possible though. What has prompted you so far, not even thinking how you can afford to get the representative you're going to the B area to see the county? Let me put it in simple English.
Sekou, what makes it good is the relationship at the time you are being charged with a responsibility to take over a district, and you start to have an obligation for the citizen. What is true, your true position is to manage the district, but you are managing the county. So the citizen will come by to do a petition, and you can reject the petition.
So are you saying the citizens of River G are the ones that petition you to say, okay, we don't just want you to be representative, we want you to be senator?
Of course, not even one, more than 3, 4.
So let's look at what exactly you have voted for at the House of Representatives. Let's look at it and move on to the political issue. You were elected to serve as the representative of one of the districts in Rio Grande County. What did you do within the House of Representatives? What did you do?
The first thing, you don't just, all of the bills, an individual cannot legislate or pass a bill. There are consensus with the bill, but particularly the Pututu Satellite District was placed on the floor based on a request from the Pututu people. And that bill, my colleagues are lobbied around them, 2018, and that bill was passed at the House of Senate for concurrence. And it is still there. We lobbied, we took the privilege that the Swedish Liberia government Kingdom Road construction, we got into that, and 31.6 kilometer road was constructed that went directly in my hometown from Fitchtown to Juego. There are couples of things that we have done. Yeah.
And so with all of that, you think it is sufficient enough now to run for the Senate seat there and all of that? Did you sponsor any bill at the House of Representatives?
Of course. What happened to the Pututu district?
Oh, you sponsored that bill?
I'm the one that sponsored it. I'm the one that fought for it and sponsored it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on now. Looking at the political issues there in River G County, you have other people. I've heard you always, there's this allegation, you say that the chief of protocol, Fina Bondo, is supporting another person in the county. This time you're going for something big. What is it with your relationship with the protocol and that of the people in the county?
Well, between the chief of protocol and myself, there's nothing mutual. I'm not going, she's not the one controlling the positions. So she have a right to support whoever she wants to support. So I'm not seeing anything wrong with that. But they say they have to decide.
Are you contesting on CDC ticket?
Listen, the very president she's working with today, the president will go again to very Liberia people for re-election. So if the president will be going to citizen to talk to them for re-election, then who is bigger than that? So, this is general election, and everybody has their own issue. President want to be re-elected. People vying for central position, House of Representatives. So if you're leading yours and fighting other people, it might be for you.
Are you going to be contesting as an independent candidate or on the CDC ticket?
I'm not on the CDC ticket. You already said it that Fina Howard and Fina supported somebody.
No, I did not say so. No, Honorable, I did not say so. I asked you a question. I did not say such.
Okay, maybe the children of person noise.
Mhm.
Please repeat your question concerning now.
No, like I said there has been this issue between you and the protocol all the time. You will complain that she's supporting another person in the county or the district against you. I said how you going to manage? Because according to political pundits, she has some influence in River G County.
Okay. So she may have influence in Liberia County, but she did not create the county. And I want you to understand that.
Okay.
The citizens there, they are not even living with the president before they will live with somebody who is below the president. That's the number two thing to listen to. The citizens have their own choice. The citizens vote people based on character. You understand that? So it happened in 2020. It's not seen as a good culture. You know the president. But it doesn't carry a will of putting their children into power. So I don't want anybody to say judging how the people, the other person get away on the side, they will follow what the person is doing. No.
So, Honorable Young, are you contesting as an independent candidate or what?
I register on a political party and start fueling a presidential candidate.
What is the name of that political party?
People Unification Party.
PUP.
Yeah.
So you no longer a seditious.
That's what you want to hear.
No, I'm asking you.
But if I register on PUP, so logically, how do you see it to be?
The last time I saw you in CDC close, oh.
Yes, that one makes politics not static. So seeing in CDC close, even the last endorsement of President Wheeler. Yeah, you see my signature there. I was there. I was there. Well, I'm telling you now that I registered with National Election Commission under the nomenclature PUP.
Honorable, I know you to be one of the vocal persons from your county. I wish you all the best. Are you very optimistic of winning the elections? Do you think we will call you Senator Young after October 10 elections, or we'll call you, he used to be former representative from River G?
Well, simple first thing, God first. And second is the citizen of River G County. Once they have decided to give their job, I will be concerned senator.
You are not sure?
I'm sure. My insurance is based on the insurance that the citizen has given me.
Can you speak with authority?
I'm speaking with authority with you now. And you're feeling the voice of authority within my sounds. So you understand what I'm saying? The voice of the people, even the entire country, Article 1, you know it. That is people, everything about the people. So if the people will tell me forget about representative position and come to the Liberia Senate, even if the president decides to frame it in that minor, the president will tell the president, no, Mr. President, we carry you for who you are and forget about the one.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Young. It is good having you on the line. We hope to have these kinds of conversations after October 10 election. That will be in 2024, where I will bring my papa in the studio.
Yeah. Definitely.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you, Honorable Francis Young from River G. He's okay. Let me go to Mangibi County. I will talk to all the lawmakers tonight. We will not be able to get every one of them. Let me go to District 3 Representative Honorable Ellen Atore, a female representative in Mangibi County District 3. I'm going to have a word with her there. Come back to Monrovia and talk to. Hey, girl. The thing is getting interesting. October 10, all the lawmakers are saying that they're prepared and they're going to do their best. They're going to win the elections. So let me try to see as what I can have. I'm cutting across. Like I said, I'm going to have more conversation tonight with lawmakers, representatives, but you listen to Honorable Young. He said he's going for the Senate. You know, he's going for the Liberian Senate now. He's leaving. So now on the line is my Gibi County District 3 Representative Honorable Ellen Atore. She joins me on the line. Good evening, Honorable Red. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you, Seko. Good evening, and good evening to all the listeners and those in studio with you.
You know, when these kinds of fun approaching you politicians, thinking about the re-elections, it's somehow, I don't know how it feels though. You want to give us a feeling how it feels, how you feeling now?
I can say it's actually a mixed feeling because you can't wait for October 10th to come. So the final decisions can be made because it is true that wherever I go, let me be personal because it might not be applicable to all of the aspirants or candidates.
Mhm.
But for me, based over the work I've done, my team and myself over the time, we are eager to actually see and believe that what the people have been saying, they are going to speak through the ballot boxes. So it's something that we are anxious to experience. But we are just waiting patiently and while we do what we continue to do for our people.
Now, before we go to that, I want to take you back at the House of Representatives where you've been there for a couple of years. You want to share with us, what did you do at the House of Representatives, looking at legislation being preferred, some of the bills you've co-sponsored, and some other issues, just in summary?
Oh, yeah, okay. Since you say in summary, we will be able to go in detail, but I will just speak to the most recent one where I feel it's a win for the people of Liberia, not just the people of my Gibi or district number 3, but for the people of my Gibi, of Liberia when it comes to the drug law that has been, bill that has been passed into law. So we are just waiting for the executives to play whole part. But I think it's of course, it is no secret how our society is challenged with the cases we receive on a daily basis. So at least we know that there's something that is there, especially the portion that has to do with the rehabilitation for the victims. That has been something on our minds, and we were able to achieve such. So I can tell you something that is a significant progress. We are waiting to see the actions that will be taken against the perpetrators at the end of the day.
How is this issue of drugs in your district?
It is not something easy at all. That's the reason why I was one of the sponsors of that bill, and I work with most of my colleagues to include young folks who are outside of the legislature because it is not just for Liberia County alone, as I said, but if you check Kakata, you check the statistics, it is on the increase. So every time you hear it breaks my heart, you see the people in the streets, you see our future generation, and you know definitely something needs to be done. We cannot overemphasize the need for such.
Some of the things the citizens will talk about is about the oversight. Most especially, they will say the only time they will see the lawmakers when I think about their interest. What have you done since you got elected with this issue that has to do with oversight responsibility? And you have your district in one of the serious areas. You have Firestone, and you have some other concession areas within your district. What have you done in terms of using oversight so your people can benefit?
Yes, in terms of oversight responsibility, we have done that over the years and will continue to do that. So, for example, for those who are listening, so we have a clearer picture. My district has to do with the Kakata city and that of the Firestone plantation. So, district number 3 has majority of the division. So, what you can do there, in most cases, is the advocacy. So, under our administration, we were able to ensure that 251 persons were employed. Those are served as contractors for many years. They did not know what to do, how to go about it. not be allowed to go to the school. There will be no medical facility for them. So we have been able to establish small clinics at the easy to reach centers to ensure that they can meet while we continue to advocate for the people of the division to ensure that at least some of their rights are restored. So you have for the PBD sections most of them are employees, they are entitled to electricity. We have the contractors, they do not have it. So we advocated for that for them. We reached out to Firestone, and all they needed was MOU to say yes, I will do the team and myself, that is the office of district number 3. We will ensure that there's solar lights in those areas that are in need of it. And they agreed. So it was based on the advocacy we made the case for the people, and they saw the need for them to have it. And most recent time, there are some of the plantations, the divisions in the plantation, sorry, for example, 33, 35, 31, those are places that within the rubber bush, there's no communication. We're also able to advocate on their behalf through the LTA, and there's a tower that was planted there maximum maybe over a month, where they will have access to communication after the universal access phone, where it says leave no one behind when it comes to communication. So those are some of the applications we're able to do. And as I speak, there was a hearing on, I think, Thursday last week, no, not Thursday, but Friday of last week, that had to do with some of the employees that were wrongfully dismissed. There was some situation in Division 35. That case has been on for over 2 years, but we have not turned our back. We continue to advocate to ensure that there's justice. So this on Friday, there was a hearing conducted, and hopefully they should be calling us back. So those are things we can do for them to advocate to ensure that they are part of the society, the safety in terms of quality education and the health sector, and their livelihood at their jobs. I think they should be protected as any other Liberian.
I hail from Gibi County. Mainly, I understand how the local politics in Gibi works, and looking at the way your district is situated, you have a very large area where you will need to come to Kakata, like you said. You need to go to the Firestone Bell and all of that. Now we've entered in a point where you're going to be going back to the people to elect you. Having you people re-elected is possible, but it is very difficult. What different is it you think you're going to bring on board that will make the people to re-elect you?
So it's not what I will bring on board, but what the team and myself have been able to do, because we have few months to elections, so it is not now that you're going to start doing your work. The people are inclined, they are not blinded like before, when you just say that with last minute of time to maybe go and just do something to hurt them or maybe enhance the process, or maybe, for lack of better words, cajole them to giving you their support. So over the time we have worked with them, and I say to you, Sekou and all the listeners, the worst person to deceive is yourself. If we know in ourselves that we have not been able to meet the expectation of the people, we would have cut our losses to say, hey, I think it's about time that we put our house in order to call it quits versus trying to deceive ourselves. But because of this feedback from the people, me going back for re-election, seeking re-election is not my own will and pleasure. It's based on the response from the people, based on their request that yes, you have worked with us over the years. All of us, we have worked together, and we believe it is important that we go back for the second term. So based on that, that's how we accepted to go back for re-election.
Who's the main contender with you there in the upcoming elections in District 3?
I wouldn't say honestly, because survey reports that have been coming out, maybe opinion poll with independent institutions that are conducted, sometimes it fluctuates. Of course, I've always been in a lead, but sometimes, yeah, it's maybe this person who this institution will select as the second or the third based on their own survey. Sometimes it changes to another candidate, so I wouldn't want to speak to that
Are you going to be contesting this time around on the political party ticket or just an independent?
So I think I have like 2 more consultations to go. I don't want to make decisions on my own. I work with my people over the years based on collective effort. So we do call for town hall meetings and we discuss, we put all our ideas on the table, and based on that we come up with a decision. So I have 2 more meetings I think to have with them so they can tell me the way forward.
I'm told you're going to be going, you want to contest on the CDC ticket. I'm told. I'm not right, but I'm told.
No, because it's just people, I wouldn't say to you that people from the CDC as well as the Unity Party, the ANC, other political parties, they have engagement. Some at the top, the hierarchy of those parties. Some at the district level, they have said it. But as I've said to you, it's not a decision I'm going to make unilaterally. So I need to talk to my people based on the last 2 consultations. We will be able to come out and inform.
But in your own thinking, in your own thinking, what do you think will be best?
Shirley? Some of the meetings that I've held also, they have engaged me to go as an independent candidate. So I'm not going to rule out based on what they have seen, on what the statistics they have, on the survey they have conducted. I need to listen to them. They are the people that will be casting the votes tomorrow for me. So I think it's prudent to work along with them. So based on the last 2 consultations, we will be able to come up definitely to allow the public to know where we will be, whether it's going to be on a party ticket or being as an independent candidate.
Are you very optimistic of becoming the next representative, even though you are the incumbent representative, the next representative 2024, when we shall have gone to the October 10 elections in District 3, Yale, Liberia?
Yes, I'm very optimistic because I believe in my people. They did it 2017 and they are standing stronger than ever before to do it again. So I trust them.
I have you on record though, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I say that former representative District 3.
Well, that's why it's good that we are on record, and I'm saying again, that's why everything that I said earlier, and I will say again, I'm not saying I'm saying we because I believe in them. So based on what I have seen, what they have said to me, I trust them. I don't think they will lie to me because they did not lie to me before. They don't have any reason. And what I like about them is the engagement that we have. There are cases, there are instances where some of them call me, a good number of them, and say, listen, you did this thing and we think it was wrong. It is not in our interest. You should have consulted us. And I said, okay, that's my shortcoming. Next time I'll try to make up. So those are some of the things that have me on track that I felt I could not just act unilaterally. So whenever I want to act, when it has to do with something that will affect them positively. But when it has to do with something that requires their input, I do reach out to them. So based on that, I believe they don't have any reason to maybe say something and go the other way around.
Honorable Ellen Atore, thank you very much for taking our calls tonight. We hope we can have these kinds of conversations after October 10 elections, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. I'll be willing to also speak to the people again when I'm announced as rep elect.
Yeah.
And I know more people, we all will be there on that day when you place your call to us. We are optimistic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. She's Margibi County District 3 Representative Ellen Atore. Okay, no time. Let me go to district number 9 now in Montserrado County. Let me go to district number 9 in Montserrado County. Going to Honorable Frank Safoko, then go to Honorable Solomon George. We can go to all the lawmakers today. No time because 8 o'clock we'll even run into the time to discuss the issue that has to do with Daconia. But let me go to district number 9 and see as what I can have Representative Frank Safoko, and then I'll move on and talk to the next lawmaker. I'll call it a day. Honorable Foko, good evening. Thank you for taking our call.
Good evening, Brother
I'm doing great. You sounding as if to say you have a fatigue.
No, not really. I'm just from service, and I'm on my way now to have another committee meeting to one of my committees within the district.
When you politicians, mainly lawmakers, are saying these things now, and the people will say that the time they know also.
Yeah, obviously, everybody will not appreciate what you say, but for some of us, that has been our business as usual, visiting our people. It's not possible to see all of the communities the same day, but in subsequent time, we've been trying our best to make sure that we network with our people, and most especially at times when they have issue in keeping with serving them with them available.
And to be honest, I've been in your district. When you listen to some of the quarters, they say you are accessible. I want to say thank you and hope you can continue on that. Now we move on to your function as a lawmaker. We want to know what have you done in a pretty much time that you got elected for the people of your district, Liberia.
Okay, thank you, Sekou. And also thank you for your service to Liberia. The other time I visited some of my friends in Basel and they were speaking about how they follow you, and one of the things that they really appreciated you for, you brought international news to them.
Okay.
Also listening to BBC, they get updates from other countries, like you have correspondents in other countries. We really spoke a whole lot about that. So I want to be grateful to God for you and look forward to you making sure that you keep giving our audience, the Liberian people, all of those necessary information, most especially, in and out of Liberia.
Certainly.
So as it relates to my workings with the legislature for the past 2 years, 5 months, we've been doing what we can do rightly in keeping with our daily cardinal responsibility. So in keeping with representation, we have represented our people and make better decisions for them. And in keeping of oversight, there are just some few things sometimes our politicians try to misinterpret us to the people we serve, most especially those desperate ones who want to unseat their friends from power. They go to the people and misinform the people. But the people are very smart. The people who we serve, they get to understand what politics is and what reality is. So in keeping with our oversight, one of the things probably sometimes we don't know, in keeping with our oversight, the issue of electricity, the issue of safe drinking water, the issue of road connectivity, the issue of all of those basic needs for our people in their respective communities and, district and country at large. So, for example, if your roads in the district have problems, your role as a representative is to basically reach out to the government entity that is responsible for roads rehabilitation or construction of roads, and make sure to know why your roads have not been rehabilitated or constructed. And if so, if you get to understand what the problem is, then now you can be able to work with public works to make sure that your district is factor, or those communities that have problems being factor within their budget, so that your roads can be touched. Like the same thing with LEC, there is nobody should come and tell the people, make me your representative, I will give you LEC. No, you as an individual lawmaker, you cannot afford to even buy 20, 25, 30 transformer. So the government has an arm that is the LEC that is responsible for electricity distribution. So your role as a lawmaker is to make sure that they execute their work. So once we pass the budget, we know exactly what it is, and then we have to go after to make sure that what we pass the budget for should be implemented. So you should make sure that your people have equal distribution of electricity, the same as water. Your people should have access to safe drinking water. Government should provide those things. And the electricity, the people will get the electricity, they will pay for it. The same as the water, the people will get the potable water. There should be potable water in all homes. So basically, those are some of the things we've been working on in keeping with our oversight. And then in keeping with law making, I think you know your radio station carry the other time. Basically, it was brought on the floor of the Senate. I just need to do follow up to know whether they have passed it into law that has to do with the NAFATU. It has to do with the motorcyclist regulation in Liberia. Like the way, for example, we have the Liberia Marketing Association, or we have like the way we have FLY, we have LINSU as an organization that the government wants to deal with young people in Liberia, and the government goes to FLY, and FLY be able to regulate the activities of the young people. If government want to deal with students' activities in Liberia, the government go and work along with LINSU. So what we thought to do is we find different unions for the motorcyclists in Liberia. You find Grandmaster has their own union, you find this player has their own union. Even in Monserrato, we have over 4, 5, 6 different unions in Monserrato. So you find even the passengers who ride the motorbikes, they are vulnerable, they are not benefiting from anything. And then you also find the riders themselves, they are very vulnerable. Motorbikes are coming to Liberia every day, KK are coming to Liberia every day. But then with all these different things that are happening, government is not benefiting, the people themselves who are buying this thing, they are not benefiting. Even the riders are also at risk. So we thought to introduce a bill that has to do with the protection of the motorcyclists, the protection of the riders, and even those who are also bringing the motorbike to Liberia. So what the government will also benefit through taxpayer money. These people will pay their taxes, and in return, they will also benefit from government. So we try to form a union to legalize it. And then another bill has to do with our movie actors, like the people who are writing books, the musicians, and all these people. Our people are gifted in this country. Sometimes when you hear young people hold microphone and sing in schools, in their community, most of these people, these are talents that God gave them for them to survive on. But one of the reasons that you find everybody running for government job, public job, is because we've not been able to establish all these different institutions that people will become professional in those different places. Like music is a career. People go to school for music, and their family and community benefit from this, okay? So we're also looking in that direction. And then another one has to do with our entire youth population. You find people graduating from university, you find people graduating from high school nowadays. It becomes difficult, in issue of job creation, and something that people call you don't have job experience. So how do we get this job experience? The man went to school from his first year at the university up to his fifth year and obtained a bachelor's degree without going for any internship or anything. So what we are saying here is about the same service that people doing in Ghana, in Nigeria. They have that service that students run, right? So what we are saying here, at a certain level at the university, government and other private institutions and other businesses in the country should be able to provide, there should be a system of regulation where people will start going as intern when they reach their junior year, and then in subsequent time before he or she graduates from the university, they will already become an experienced people into the academic field. They will be learning at the same time they will be gaining experience while learning.
Honorable Foucault, all of what you've said, are there laws being passed, or they currently in committee rooms and they on their way maybe for passage?
Yeah, some have been passed and some are in committee room for ratification, because you see the thing about the law, when you introduce a bill, it is not just about passing the law for music. The reason you will take it to your colleague, because other people may have different view as to how they see it, especially when it has to do with empowering the young people from high school and from university, right? So some of our colleagues have been looking at the one that has to do with where will government take money from to maintain these people, or how is this program going to be sustained? So those are just different components people look at in their wisdom. Now, as they look at it, they will add, they will subtract. Once they strengthen it now, then we come on now to...
Okay. Honorable Foucault, let's go to your district. You're moving towards October 10, and you're going to be going for re-election. You have other, folks also wanting to serve the same position or be contesting against you. What have you done with your people? Can you say to us that you think with that you're going to be re-elected no matter what the issues are?
Yeah, Brother Sekou, I can assure you, let me be on record for this, by the special grace of God, by God's grace, I will definitely be re-elected overwhelmingly. That one is a deal. It's a deal. It's nothing. It's already sealed. So the fact that we have to respect others' participation into the process. This is a democratic process. So every Liberian who is qualifying in accordance with the law, has the right to participate into a democratic process. In as much as you go through your processes with the National Election Commission and you are qualified, they obviously certificate you to participate in the process. But I can assure you, the thing about campaigning, you should understand as a politician, there will be people obviously that will not support you. Some people, even in your family, may not think it's necessary to support you. Some of your friends may not support you, be think best known to themselves. You should understand I'm an equipment. Being an equipment, like when I was going to the election 2020, there was no much hate on me because I was also into the process for my first time. So we all went into the process as we did it at that time. But now, honestly, the fact that I've been represented, I'm an equipment who is seated currently. So obviously, you will find over 8, 9, 10, or whatever the number is, people coming for this one seat. So you should understand there will be more criticism against me because, for example, if you have 10 persons going against me in the process, all of those 10 people, they have their different supporters from different angles. So all of those people obviously will be speaking against the equipment. They will not be attacking, the attack will not be among them. All of the attack will come just on the equipment. But for me, my side of politics, I don't believe in much talking. I'm not too much radio time. You just go on the radio and talk much. But what I believe in working with the people who make the decision. So our people in the district will be making a decision. So looking at our relationship with our people over the years, even before I became a representative, and looking at my performance in keeping with my cardinal responsibility, even outside the cardinal responsibility. So that the reason most often I don't like to name those projects that I did in the district, somebody could say, "Foko, it's not your job to be market." I agree with you that it's not my job. But in 2 years, I was able to reconstruct the biggest market in district number 9 in Fiaman. In these 2 years, I was able to also do the Tourist Street Market. In these 2 years, we were able to sustain the vocational school for which we have graduated little over 1,236 students and we learning different careers. In these 2 years, we're able to do some financial assistance. So normally, like I said, Sekou, I told you all the time, I show you some records of some personal things that we've done with. I normally don't give scholarships, like I have not given scholarship like you said, who have given scholarship, but I have given financial aid of what we help parents to put up food to send their children. Some of those schools up to today we say, we have some schools we have not even completed paying their money, where we talk to help some of our family members, our friends, and the other people in the community who couldn't afford when they want their children to go to school. Some of those children, when their parents couldn't afford, they reach out to us. So basically, for those things, we did it for God's sake. So we normally don't let them get it, in the public.
Certainly in the public. I know that because of time, Honorable Foko, there's one question I want to ask. I know you're running, and then one. Of recent, there's something on social media where it is alleged. I myself, I saw it, and I know that it was dotted. I don't know whether you. They say you were saying that it is time for the people to come to give President Weah one term. One term is enough.
So this is Foucault, right? And the reason I have not even posted a thing on my Facebook page to be defending is because I sat down and I said, wow, imagine I saw some real people that appear to be serious opposition in this country. When I saw them run with it, I said, wow, whether this election will be a free ride for President Weah. Because I think you have the full video.
Sure.
So what we need to do is go I'm about to send the video to your WhatsApp so that you can listen to the full video. So in the middle of that video, what I meant to have said was I was speaking on wherein I will make sure that we will make sure that President Weah is not a one-term president, right? So in presentation, these things happen. Okay, these things were happening whenever you're doing general presentation. But then when you listen to the video from the onset of the video, I'm sending the video to you now so that you can listen to the video and play it so that the public can judge and make their decision on what they think it is. So for people who claim that they are serious opposition and they want to unseat President Weah, to see them running, so there is nothing to talk about in this country. If you have nothing against President Weah, so even think that whether I'm a representative or not, to think that Safoko will go against President Weah, with my activity, you listen to all of my podcasts, you listen to all of my interventions, you see all of the work that we've been doing, everything I just said about the president, and this one, they won't run victory. Obviously, you know that's something we've been talking since the president tour. Then we were having a tour in Monterey County. This is something we talk every day. Okay, so to see people running with that and passing it around, but that's a myth. To even believe that President Weah will be a one-term. President Weah will win one round. And after the one round comes 2029, President Weah, again as the president, will provide a direction as to where we go as people. Because the reason where people will look up to Joshua to make decisions as to where we go, who will make our next president, because of the unprecedented what is happening in this regime. The Liberian people have never seen it before. What is happening in this regime? It is strange. If I want to screenshot the Liberian people, let's say what I was doing a statistic. I did a survey, I drove around, right? And I was sharing a view with some people today. I told my beginning that working in my office, I said, have you guys noticed something? They said no. I said, have you guys noticed the way people children used to live in the water every Friday, every weekend, those students, after school, you have students going on the beaches to go and swim. Because there was no era for recreation. But now, part of the recreation, you see centers in Maserati, you see the West Point, you see the PSP community, you see the Dome community, as I speak to you, even the RE practice ground. When we used to go over there, right? That place was very dirty, that place was very
okay, Honorable Foko, I know.
They felt that place. That place was a threat to the president at that time. So they never wanted people to play there.
Honorable Foko, I'm going to invite you.
They to live over there for over 15 to 20 years. They never once knew that it was a threat to the presidency for the president to live. So if they were paying was just 25 or 30 feet away from that Identical place. But now for President, we have to pay a park where nobody is sleeping at the park. People will go to pray, and those people believing in their mind that they were going to criticize the project for President to not the project today. Those very same people that were criticizing quality.
Okay,
that it was not necessary for the park to be there. Now those same people going to that park.
Honorable Foko, take.
One of their children now are going there. That park is a park that almost is for everybody, opposition, imposition. Everybody go to that park.
Thank you,
Today, I was just driving on the road that leads from here to here junction.
Honorable Foko, we take time to talk about all of that. Mainly, I just want to also talk about your district issue, but I will find time this week so you can be my guest.
Okay, so basically the reason sometimes I don't stress on the issue of my district because we are doing what we're supposed to do. Our concern now is about making sure that President we are winning with over 65 to 70% of the votes.
Okay. Okay, Honorable Foko, we'll have time to bring you in studio. I'm looking for another opposition lawmaker. You and that opposition lawmaker will come here.
They will not do that. They won't agree to that.
I will arrange it.
It's an open challenge.
Okay, I will arrange it. Thank you. I will do that, Honorable Foko. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. He's District Number 9 Representative Honorable Francis Foko. Let me go to the lines. Like the video he said, I will play at the end of the show. Let me go to the lines now and take your calls. We need to take a very short break after your calls because we we need to move on to this very important issue that has to do with Diakona NDR 07709 are the two numbers you listen to. Lawmakers, we call them, they say what they wanted to say. We go to the lines and take few of your calls. Hello. Good evening, let's hear you. No, they edited that thing. They edited the thing. I know of it.
Okay, thank you. Hello? What's the name you calling from? Okay, my brother, go straight to the point. Okay, my brother. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me calling from?
Thank you. So all the lawmakers that are talking on a Rokoko on your say. Good evening, let's hear you. I think what that was, what I mean, the voice, what it did. Okay. Go ahead, you live. Let's conclude quick. They making insult call now. How we get him? The other lawmakers then will answer the calls. Okay. Thank you. Let me take another person. I'm going to take roughly 5 calls. I call it a day to transition to that Konian issue. Hello? Yeah, good evening. Go ahead. Sorry? Go ahead. You need to move from where you are. You're coming in broken. Go ahead. Let's take this person. Hello. Good evening. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Hello. Hello. Yes. You need to respect. He's a lawmaker. Don't just call. Ask some respect there. But you one person, you.
Yeah, I'll be working.
Okay, let me take this person here. Hello. Yes.
But this one, when I bust you up,
No, I needed to take another person. No time.
yeah, put me to Popo, I said, I said, it's like, no, that's why I didn't get it from around because I would have been able to do it under the floor.
I already know. Hello. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. So there were no listen now, there were no renovation. No, but they not said like agree now. They may doing something. No, listen now. You're saying he doing something there, right? Hey, my man. Okay, the last person, and then we transition. Hello. Good evening, sir. Mm. No, you don't tell us what to do yet. Just go ahead now. You can can't be. Don't say you're supposed to be independent. No, but you can't call on the show and you don't add the title of the honorable man. That will not allow it. No, if you don't do it, then you can speak on this issue. You gotta. I cut you off, yeah? I cut you off. So you get angry and then do what you think you can do. So it's just as simple as anything. You want people to respect you, but you don't want to respect others. It doesn't work here. We'll not allow it to happen here, right? Okay, let's move on to something else on the show. No matter what you do, he's the lawmaker, he's an honorable man, and you need to call him, he deserves it. You gotta call him honorable folk. No matter he's your friend. Now you see how some of you behave because you think somebody that your friend, so you're supposed to come in the public, you don't want to respect the person, and you don't want to what? If you could be in that position, how do you feel? Right? You don't do things like that. So okay, so folks, like today we announced that we discussed at about this time, and I want to sincerely apologize because we ran into the time, but that is it. It is the beauty of the show, right? Over the weekend, some part of last week, folks, we were discussing issues surrounding illegal redundancy carried out by Diaconia MDR. Diaconia MDR has been in Liberia for a couple of years, and they got a certificate from the Central Bank of Liberia to do financing, loan, and some other issues in the country. And they've been into that process. There has been some complaints coming about the way they do their financial issues. But the particular issue today we're going to be looking at it is about the redundancy that they've carried out, linking some of the people in the government that are supposed to, particularly the folks at the Ministry of Labor, Minister Ruth Bayoga, and the likes of other people. Like I said, I have recordings. We'll be playing you some recordings because it's not only today we're going to have the discussion. We're going to have the discussion tomorrow, next tomorrow. Many days we're going to have this discussion, and I'm going to have meeting with the agreed stars, those that were forcibly redundant. We will have lots of plans as to how we address this issue. We'll continue to have it. That we promise, we say we'll write institutions. I'll read to you, Liberians. I was able today to write two of the board members of Diakona MDR that are residing in Norway. We send them an email. We'll read the email out to you, and we'll let you know about what exactly and what they continue to do against the rights of Liberians. Now, the law is very clear, fellow Liberians, about redundancy. A company that operates in Liberia has the right under the law to redundant anybody once that redundancy is justifiable. Listen, it is not because they say you have the right to redundant, meaning you can just wake up one early morning and come and do redundancy. No. Redundancy, before you do redundancy, that is the reason why the crafter of the Decent Work Act, that law, they were knowledgeable enough to have placed in that thing to say before you can do redundancy, you should write the Ministry of Labor, and the Ministry of Labor will do what? Will do due diligence and know exactly whether the redundancy you want to do, it is just of the actual reason you are saying that you want to do redundancy. So how it plays out. If a company wants to do redundancy, what the law says you should write the Ministry of Labor. If you write the Ministry of Labor, it goes to the Ministry of Labor, and the Ministry of Labor takes the communication and see the reason, because there are reasons why people can do redundancy. There are reasons why people go out for redundancy. The law is very clear. So, and they will go into that of your communication to know whether the redundancy you are calling for, it falls in line with what the law says concerning what you want to do the redundancy for. So, when you write and say to the Ministry of Labor that you want to do redundancy because of economic reason, listen, it is quite different to say you want to have a change of position. If you want to have a change of position, it means this position is of no use. You don't need it in your institution any longer. Meaning, the salary or whatsoever you've been spending on this institution, you don't have it again because that institution is no longer vital. It is not needed within the institution. So what happens in that case? It needs to be, dissolved. So under that context, you have the right, if John Brown or Peter Paul is in said position, they need to leave because that position will no longer exist. But it is contrary to what Diakona MDR has done. Now, one of the board members of Diakona is Raw. Raw is not a Liberian. He's a Norwegian. He's not a Liberian. Raw. And I will tell you, and I will play you Raw conversation here on this radio, and you listen to Raw, what Raw said, right? Now, yes, it. So the Diakona MDR wrote the Ministry of Labor and said that they want to do redundancy because of economic reason. So the law is very clear, fellow Liberians. And the reason why I'm saying this, and I'll continue to advocate for the rights of Liberians, is because, folks, we say Liberians don't want to improve their country. They don't want to be serious. They don't want to build. They don't want to do business. But we are very soft at our own problems in our country. Liberians are the ones that strangulating Liberians. Evidence of what Ruth Bayoga and the likes of other people at the Ministry of Labor they've done. And the likes of other people. You know, I saw Ruth posting on social media and she's saying she challenged me and I will be the last bus stop and everything. I don't want to waste my time, you know, when they say kekele, right? Ruth, you kekele. I don't waste my time on people like you. You know the reason why? You need to reach to a certain level. I don't want to waste my time. I've always called you my sister and I respect you for that. Even though what you've done is wrong, and I will tell you in your face and I will beat sense into your head about the wrongdoing you've done. If you understand, that is it. If you don't understand, it is up to you. But your action can serve as a means to undermine the re-election of the president that gives you the job. Do you know how many Liberians, do you know how many presidents have reached out to me with your voice on many occasions about how you handle cases? The issue about the chloride factory, the other people, what they've said to me about what you do. Listen, let me say this. I won't waste my time on you. I will just tell you what you've done in this case. This case will be your last buster of carelessly handling cases about Liberians. This case, the right thing will be done. Watch and see. You the minister, you there, right? And we are the media people, we on the radio, right? Watch and see. Now, the Akuna MDR, when they wrote a letter and said they want to do redundancy because of economic reason, fellow Liberians, you have more than 11 Liberians working with Diakona MDR. And Diakona gave them loan. I want you to listen to this story to tell you how wicked Ruth is, how devilish she is, or human beings don't behave the way she behaves. Now, the Liberians got a loan from Diakona MDR. And the reason why they got the loan, fellow Liberians, it was because the job they were doing was the guarantor to say to Diakona that they will pay back. Because that Diakona they were working for, and Diakona were giving them money, so Diakona could take their money from out of that money and give them loans so that they themselves, some of them could build their lay house, some of them could do something for themselves. Not knowing that it could be dismissed, or they could be forcibly redundant. And then you had the last management that were there before the current management, before Albert could take over. And when Albert took over, Albert decided to increase the payroll of the institution, brought in friends, brought in relatives, and put them on the payroll of their opponent and increase their salaries, thus giving the month-end salary to be huge. So some of the board members that I wrote, they said, no, our institution, the salary too much and everything. So what you need to do, put down people. So any administrative person will do, all the people that he just employed were to be the ones to have them redundant. But you know what the man did? Because he brought his friends, he doesn't want to do it. And you have the wicked people at the Ministry of Labor, belly-driven individual. All they know is to compromise cases against the interests of the Liberian people, not thinking that the Liberian people are the ones they're working for. Ruth on a tip, now one tip, because no time, I just want to explain this, is now one tip, now two, more than 3 different recordings in my possession, Ruth voices on it. They agree at one point in time, they said They think that Diakona MD is doing, it is wrong. In fact, when you want to do redundancy, it says first come, last out. She said it. They Ruth Bioga said it on the tape. But how did she turn to say now the redundancy is right? Now, what they are doing, you see how the people are wicked? Ruth got the guts to tell the Liberians that they should accept the redundancy and go make a payment plan to pay back the money. Now, here's the question I asked Ruth, and I'm just disappointed in her. Are you thinking about the current situation in Liberia? Do you know that to get a job is difficult? Do you know that other people that they redundant from the Dakona MDR, they did not ask them to pay the loan because the people don't have means to pay money back. They don't have means. You took the people from job. Where do you expect them to get job from now? Let's agree that any of them could go get job. Do you think they will have a job without seeing a amount of money you are paying them? And now the people have increased the interest of the loan. I said all of that to this minister they call Ruth Bioga. To think that she's a human, to think, say, okay, no, you know what you say, it makes sense. Because now they are Liberians. If you say, okay, you are redundant there because economic reason, they were not the ones that I say you should put them down. You should know how to do it. But you say you give the people 3 months, and then they should start to pay the loan at a high cost, and they must sign document. So you don't even care about whether they want to have job to pay the loan back or not. The only thing Ruth wants to see happening, because the managing director, her best friend, she admitted it to me, that she can have private meeting. I wonder how she understood the word and can have private meeting with a man. Do you supposed to have a private meeting with somebody as a minister in these kinds of cases? I want, you know what I'm saying? I said, apparently Ruth doesn't understand some of the things she's saying or she's doing. You playing with the interests of Liberians here. So folks, the people went ahead with the help of Ruth Bioga, the minister at the Ministry of Labor. They went ahead dubiously forced the people to say they might redundant them. On tomorrow, because I'm going to take 1 hour, I want to apologize to you people because we ran in time. I will play some of the recordings. The law says when you want to redundant people because of economic reasons, what you should do is you be first come, last out. So all the people that worked there for years are to be the ones to be the last people. So listen to what the people did. In the month of February, March, they went ahead, they redundant, they wrote a letter to redundant the people. They wrote a letter to the Ministry of Labor saying that they want to redundant the people. Then you know what happened? And I told you, I'll read emails, exchange of emails. The very same manager that said they never wanted these people because of economic reasons. Let me read you one of his emails that I have in my possession. I have 4 different exchange of emails in my possession from Raw, who is not a Liberian, who is here. He doesn't even have a work permit. He's here working Raw. Now you see, you know why Raw will not get a work permit? Ruth Bioga will protect him. Raw doesn't have a work permit. He comes there, he just gets a 3-month visa and everything. He spends some time, he goes back to Norway. And you know, he pays, doesn't come to Liberia. He's been paid from that end and everything. So he's not paying no taxes to nothing. He only get a visa, he come to Liberia, he spend the number of months and everything. He doesn't get a work permit, but he's doing work in Liberia. And Ruth Bioga knows about it, but she'll protect that. Now, Ruth Bioga, let me say this to you. I told you, say, I will prove you wrong in everything until you can seek the interest of the Liberians. You agree to do redundancy, and you say all the people did all the things, they submitted all the documents to do redundancy. Let me remind you on the public radio that The people wrote you letter to do redundancy for the month of February and March. Is it so? You got a letter and you said because the people said they want to change the position or because of economic reason, let's agree, and you say it's correct. But yes, an email in my possession from the managing director, Mwawanda B. Agbo Kanzandi, the managing director of Diakona MDR. In this email, he's telling Raw that they need to hire someone in the month of April. Listen, how will you come and say because of economic reason you want to do redundancy or because you don't want a position in the month of February, March, you try to do the redundancy. In April, you saying that you need to hire another person. Is that a serious thing? Why is Ruth and the likes of other people at the Ministry of Labor now want to seek the interest of the poor Liberians? You want to see Liberians going to jail. Then you be satisfied as a minister. This is what you want to do to them. Because you said to me that this man, you can have a private meeting with him. I don't know what you mean when you're having a private meeting with a man. But wait for me. I will reach to the appropriate. This is the start. This is the start. Let me read you the email, folks. Now you see what I'm saying. The same when God is about to help you expose a lot of things. The poor Liberians, they've got nothing. They do nothing wrong to work for Diakona MDR. They suffered. They made this company to be what it is today. The only way they will pay them back is to illegally redundant them and then force them to sign a document and to get whatsoever they want to get out of them. Where do you expect them to go get job now? Where do you expect them to get money to pay that money back? When Abba Kanzandi brought his friends, family members, and put them in positions, and I go ask Raw that doesn't have a work permit in our country, he's here residing, and you see some of the violations the people can do. I will read you the email to just tell you that the redundancy that people did is not it's not a legitimate redundancy. It is something just a witch hunt, or because they want to do it and the guy wants to show that he has a power. Yes, the email, it says from Mwanda B. Adult Kakazandi. The email here is m.kazaddraconram.com. Sent. It was sent on Tuesday, April 11, 2023 at 8:41 p.m. Sent it to who? It went to Raw, the Norwegian. That's his own email. They sent it to Raw too. Right? Then they sent it to another HW Widon. It said, Raw, hope all is well. Do you think it will be a strategic idea to hire or just pay a weekly, bi-weekly stamping? Now listen to me, the company that say they won't do redundancy because no money. They won't do any other thing because economic reason, right? They want to do it. So their man is telling the man that they should do what? To hire someone. You listen to it. Do you think it would be a strategic idea to hire or just pay a weekly, bi-weekly stamping 3 credit officer in terms for the Kerry Street branch to start developing a pipeline or just back up talent? The very same people they put down, the man is saying that if it is necessary for them to hire, so how do you come and say there's no job, no money? Then you come back, you put the people down, then you come back again, you say you can hire these similar people in a different way. He said, I'm thinking this might help us disburse more loans in 2 or 3 months. Also, it might be wise. He meant to say to have, but he said 2 WO, 3 WO. That's what he said. Now the MD writing here so. He said also it might be wise. He meant in a common sense it's supposed to be two, but he said two. It is also wise to have some backup talent just in case anyone leaves, or if we might have to leave some of our current talent go in the future. You see, they did a redundancy in February, March. This communication, this email was being sent in April. So I hope you're getting the how can you do a redundancy in the 2 months and you say because of economic reason? You're here telling this man that you need to do it. And in fact, how they are admitting that the way they want to go to CBL, I will share all these things with the governor there or all the people at CBL. They're the people. Now, you see how the people behave? These are the institutions that come and pretend and come and benefit at the detriment of the Liberian people and our very people in government. Some of them, they don't do due diligence. So you go now, Ruby, say, oh, the people did it right, they submitted all the documents. You lie. You lie. I challenge you 100% to share the documents with me that you said the people submitted to you. When we have exchange of emails, admitting the people and everything they're doing and all of that. Let me read you, fellow Liberians, the email we sent to the board. 2 of the board members, I wrote their email today and I'm still waiting on their responses. This is what I said. I said inquiries in relation to illegal redundancy. I said there Mr. Alvin Ayn and Mr. Thomas Asunda and Mr. Sekou Sharif, an investigative journalist and owner of Voice of Liberia radio station in Monrovia. Documents in my possession point to the illegal redundancy of more than 15 employees on the part of the Akona NDR, Liberia, in violation of the labor laws of Liberia. In view of the above, I'm seeking clarity as to whether or not you are in the know of said wrongful redundancy that occurred in February and March 2023 respectfully. Interestingly, honorable board members, on April 11, 2023, the managing director / CEO in person of Mwanda B. Albo Kanzandi Jr. informed Raw Marshall about the need to hire new credit officers, which is also in violation of the labor laws. Because you can't be putting people that need be hire another person and everything when you say because of redundancy and because of financial issue or economic reason. Honorable board members, is the management aware that the affected employees in question sought and obtained loans from their corner because they were employed, but the latest decision will make it impossible for them to service such loans as there is no source of income for them as we speak? How and where the management expect these affected employees to collect funding to service their loans? In view of the above, I await your timely reply, which will better inform my journalistic inquiries moving forward. Thanks, Sekou Sharif. And I place my WhatsApp number there. So we've sent this email to the 2 of the board members. Because of time, the news is coming up. I'm going to take a few calls on this issue. I'm told, oh, the folks that are working with the Akonaya will be calling and everything. I'm controlling the show. But I'm just saying this to you. Tomorrow we'll continue this issue. Today we did not touch anything. We have emails. We read CBL tomorrow, right? I also have the article of incorporation of the Akona. Do you know that they even did amendment? Listen. Do you know that they did amendment at a particular time when they went to CBL? That's anything they did, and CBL said no, but you know what? You cannot be a non-for-profit organization. You're collecting the kinds of money. These people needed to do amendment. I have the article of incorporation of the Akona with the amendment. Fellow Liberians, we're digging deep. We cannot treat Liberians like this. Ruth Bayoga, you just got appointed. You should serve. You should set a legacy. You don't do that. You want to come and challenge. You want to come and say all kinds of funny things about people. You want to come and go on social media and say, oh, you blah, 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 blah. The things that I receive about things you can do at the Ministry of Labor, I put them out. You feel embarrassed in Liberia, though. 0770. The rights of Liberians is what we stand for. No matter our friendship with anyone, you want to go against the rights of even 2 Liberians or 3 Liberians, we will tell you the truth. 0770-907-907, 0770-907-907, 0880-907-907 are the numbers. Where do you expect the Liberians to get these things from? Why you choose to suffer them? Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening again.
Go ahead.
Well, my name is Paco Ferrer, and I'm called from
Mm-hmm.
Thank you again for the Let's Talking platform on your fascinating topic this evening. Well, the issue of labor in our country, these things have been very alarming in all walks of life. You see the Lebanese, the Indians, a lot of these Indians, they will say that Liberia being a package, these are things they do. We want to pray for a responsible government that will look into.
No, even you can get the government is not the problem, but the people that are in the positions are the problem. People like Roof and the likes of other people.
I agree with you. People, who is the immediate boss or minister in our country?
Hey, my member. No, my member. I don't know how to do discussion. Let's just talk about the people that are doing the bad thing, man. Hello. Good evening. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. No, Ruth said it's like Ruth is untouchable. So even if she does wrong, she doesn't care. She said all she knows she do. She ain't care everything I'm talking everything. But let's watch and see. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Mm. Mm-hmm. I've emailed the board members. The manager that here, the MDA, is very arrogant. The man said he has a connection up the hill, so nobody will do anything to him. The HR himself is even worse than the manager. I have spoken to all the people, bro. Hello. Good evening.
How are you, people?
Go ahead.
Thank you for having me on the line, and I really appreciate you.
In Missouri.
My name is Andrew Moses.
Yes. Mm.
The entire ministry of people that's also the God people over there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't understand nothing there for job, you see, coming to justice,
Yeah, Root Bio guy has John Defree. Good evening. Mm-hmm. Going down. Now you're recording? Certainly, my brother. My man, I get it. People, documents, everything. Wait and see. Okay, my brother. Thank you. No time. We need to go. The news is up next. No time. Tomorrow we'll be back and we'll continue on this issue concerning Daconia MDR. My name is Sekou Sharif. Up next is the news. Is it? I promote. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, already. Please record.
I want to see before you let you be. And if I use it when you get it.
From Capital Backpass in Monrovia, this is News Round on the Voice of Liberia, and I'm Famata Duncan presenting. In the headlines, National Patriotic Party Chairman Emeritus describes as worthless the appointment of James Bunning on Joe Burkhart's campaign team. Liberty Party in battle Secretary General cautions Liberians ahead of 2023 elections. Men 42 threatened to commit suicide at the JFK hospital. And Maserati County District Number 9 defeated candidate crowds foul. And welcome back and thanks for being there. The Chairman Emeritus of the National Patriotic Party, Chief Cyril Allen, has described as worthless the appointment of its expelled chairman, Senator James Bunning, on the campaign team of the former ruling Unity Party. On Sunday, the standard-bearer of the Unity Party, Joe Burkhardt, named Senator Bunning on his campaign team in the 2023 presidential and legislative elections. However, speaking in an interview, Chief Cyril Allen, who is also a member of the Governing Council of the Coalition for Democratic Change, said Senator Bunning does not have control of the population in Maryland County and the rest of the southeastern region. He said had it not been for the support of the ruling CDC, Bunning could not have won the election in 2020 as a senator. The Chairman Emeritus of the National Patriotic Party, Chief Cyril Allen, there speaking. From Liberia, we go over to Sierra Leone, where 11.8% of people living with HIV in Sierra Leone are among key populations such as transgender, gays, lesbians, and drug users. This figure poses threat to the country's fight against HIV. To know how worried are Sierra Leoneans about this and what is being done to address the transmission chain, a Voice of Liberia Sierra Leone's correspondent John Woodfield tells us more. John Whitfield's Voice of Liberia Sierra Leone correspondent there with that report. We come back to Liberia, where the Secretary General of the Opposition Liberty Party, Martin Kula, is encouraging electorates across Liberia to elect good leaders with minds of transformation and love for the people. According to Kula, now is the time for Liberians to get angry about their current condition and suffering and aspired for a positive change by electing people who will change the status of the district in Liberia come October 10, 2023. Speaking during his regular community engagement with several communities in District 6 of Mossorati County, Kula noted that several current lawmakers have betrayed the struggle of the Liberian people, for which they should not be afforded a second term.
Adé, tout voisin. D'accord, on va tout y aller. Après tout voisin. On dit plus là, tout voisin.
Oh, no, 1 year.
Ah, voilà, ouais, on va tout y aller.
No, 1 year.
On dit encore on y encore on y bien. Encore on y bien.
There's the Secretary General of the Opposition Liberty Party, Martin Kula, there encouraging electorates across Liberia to vote wisely. We cross over to Nigeria, where the standard bearers of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 election, Atiku Abubakar and his Labour Party counterpart Peter Obi, have have ridiculed the presidency for rejecting the European Union final report on the February 25 presidential elections in Nigeria. The EU Observer Mission in its report faulted the polls owing to enduring systematic weaknesses. The election outcome has been disputed by the PDP LP and their candidates who alleged that the polls were not credible. Naomi Kongwenda is Voice of Liberia Nigerian correspondent with this report.
Man, I'm just here.
Voice is heavy.
Yeah, I listen for that change.
Voice heavy.
They know for long. For long. For long.
Not for long, my children.
I was in go see one but the other. And they go and see of your water.
Covering home. And I'm small bees are giving in use of it.
You know what I'm doing. Go outside, give my ball.
Naomi Kongwenda is Voice of Liberia Nigerian correspondent there with that report. A 42-year-old Liberian has threatened to commit suicide if the management of the John F. Kennedy Hospital refused to remove objects he alleged was inserted in his leg by the hospital. Speaking to Voice of Liberia in Monrovia, Andrew Masakwe threatened to take his life away on Tuesday, July 4, 2023, due to what he termed as the hospital alleged refusal to cater to his health needs. He alleged that a few years ago, the hospital management performed a surgical operation on his leg following an accident and reportedly inserted an iron in his leg. According to him, since 2 years ago, the hospital management has allegedly refused to remove the iron from his leg, something he said has made his life difficult.
Man, the more we send you describe it. Say your yeah, well, that's the moment, yeah, I'm gonna drink. You want that? Drink my I will send 2 hours out more video.
This plenty relation.
I think you bought that. Yes, you can't do that. You want to do it. Sleeping up now.
How many minutes gone?
15 minutes. That's 17 minutes.
15, you take break.
You take a break after one?
When I finish reading the thing.
I'm moving around the things on.
Despite the allegations, the hospital management is yet to speak on the matter. Well, if you just join us, be reminded that you are listening to News Round on the Voice of Liberia from the nation's capital, Monrovia. And these are stories we are following on this news presentation. National Patriotic Party Chairman Emeritus describes as worthless the appointment of James Banning on Joe Burkhart's campaign team. Liberty Party Imbato Secretary General cautions Liberians ahead of 2023 elections. Man 42 threatens to commit suicide at the GFK hospital. And Mosurada County District Number 9 defeated candidate crowds foul. Welcome back and thanks for being there. Cameroon is cracking down on the smuggling of cocoa, cotton, and other cash crops to Nigeria by temporarily banning the legal trade in the country. Since the ban was announced recently, the authorities have sent hundreds of police to the border and have seized scores of trucks. But Cameroon's struggling farmers are against the ban, saying it's more profitable and even safer to sell their goods to Nigeria. Alphonse Tebek is Voice of Liberia correspondent from Cameroon with this report.
Oh.
Alphonse Tebek, his Voice of Liberia Cameroonian correspondent. President George Weah is currently touring several parts of Israel on his 3-day working visit. The Liberian leader departed the country via the Rabat International Airport on Saturday, July 1, 2023. According to Information Minister Legit Reni, who is also on the tour with the Liberian leader, Weah is expected to be honored on Wednesday by the Israeli government. How many minutes gone? How many minutes gone?
Not 30 minutes. Not 10, no, not 30.
30. Information Minister Legit Ho Rennie there giving update of the president's visit to Israel. Ghana's parliament is expected to debate the bill on the promotion of proposed sexual human rights and Ghanaian final values, also known as the anti-LGBTQ bill this week. The majority leader in parliament, O.C. Mensah Bonsu, last Friday clarified that the House could not undertake the second reading of the bill last week as directed by the Speaker of Parliament, Abend Bambin. This was due to the absence of the chairman and ranking members on the Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentarian Affairs Committee. Reporting from Ghana 4, Voice of Liberia is Jonans Biarobi. Jonans Biarobi is Voice of Liberia correspondent in Ghana. Claims and counterclaims have ensued between the ruling Coalition for Democratic Change and the former ruling Unity Party over the performance of the government since 2018. Appearing on a local radio Monday, the chairman of the Intellectual Movement for President Weah re-election, who doubles as Deputy Information Minister Bwaka Fofana, boasted that the CDC-led administration has performed better in its first term than any other administration. He said, unlike the previous administration, the CDC government has constructed more roads, erected more structures to host public institutions, as well as revived the country's economy. Despite his claims, Unity Party's deputy campaign spokesperson Moba Molu said the Unity Party performed better than the CDC during its first term in office. He alleged that almost all of the road projects the CDC is boasting about are projects initiated by the Unity Party. He went further to accuse the CDC administration of reportedly destroying the legacy of the UP administration by engaging in corruption and poorly representing Liberia. How many minutes gone?
25 minutes. You take Andrew Mazagwe here, Andrew Mazagwe. You take Janji Magwe. On not Tabaru, on the Jana. Somewhere said you get past the facility, facility, and Pierre. This is the one of us.
Is it Andrew story?
Andrew Mazagwe, Andrew Mazagwe, Papi, or JFK. For the man, Charango, Changi Pape.
An international organization, the Fourth Man Foundation, has ended a 3-day young adults training on making positive decisions in Painesville City. Speaking at the end of the training, the foundation national coordinator Wonders Dablo noted that the training was intended to help young adults or participants in the area of business, financial aid, education, moral values, and spiritual growth. The Fourth Man Foundation is a non-for-profit and charitable organization aimed at imparting life through charity programs, businesses, education, and building their spiritual lives. The 3-day event was held under the theme Make Better Life Decision, was intended to give young adults another chance to rewrite their story, own their future, and live in their dreams. My throat continue getting dry.
Était moins sugar, ben. Mais voilà, color du. Passer c'est pas ok. Aí a roupa de lá,
News in Base.
on les a vraiment délégués.
They having you. In remarks, the participants and beneficiaries of both business grant and scholarship thanked the organizer for such life-changing and impactful initiative. Several of the speakers who spoke through live video conversations from the US challenged participants to make the right choices in their relationships, careers, and every life decision by acknowledging God, which they said would direct their paths.
Oh,
How many minutes gone?
you got 2 more minutes to go. 28 minutes gone. So, madame, you have been
What happened now?
oh, follow.
By the time we said the whole thing, I'm taking myself on in the schedule.
Pedro Johnson.
You feel hard.
Impatient.
I
Video now,
don't know what they're going on here.
One more minute. Il y a encore passé bien long.
And the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Health, is expected to launch additional COVID vaccine outreach across the country. Speaking recently, Health Minister Philomena Jala said the outreach will target the elderly, pregnant women, and the remaining frontliners health care workers who have not been vaccinated. She said people with disabilities who were unable to participate during the first vaccination period can take advantage of the process. Meanwhile, Minister Jala said Liberia is ranked third in the region that performed well in administering the vaccine.
So, les news européennes tournaient en demande.
Le moyen.
Donc, les news, je vais en faire.
Après, t'as suivi à Balami.
Well, that's how we come to an end of news round on the Voice of Liberia. But before we leave you here, as stories we followed. National Patriotic Party Chairman Emeritus described as worthless the appointment of James Bani to Joe Boakart's campaign team. Liberty Party embattled Secretary General cautions Liberians ahead of 2023 elections. Man 42 threatens to commit suicide at the John F. Kennedy Hospital, and Morris County District 9 defeated Kennedy crowds foul. For more news, log on to www.voiceofliberiaonline.com or follow us on Facebook with keywords Voice of Liberia. I'm Famata Duncan and I presented.
So you do the one, you combine all this, isn't it?
I